start the record. All right, so I can see, Daniel, you are pumped up. You're very active to start the class. So what about Prosper? Are you fully ready for the class today? Prosper, if you're speaking, your mic is
Yes,
muted.
sir.
Okay, okay. So when I say are
Yes,
you
I'm ready for
mm,
class today.
okay, good. So I believe you have your VS Code installed already.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I believe everyone on the call, we are all joining with our laptops.
Yes.
Okay, okay, good, good, good. So we are waiting for how many? Hmm. Prosper, I think your network is kind of bad. Don't know. Your network is kind of bad. So I might want to find something to do to that. So I said we
Yes,
are going to
yes.
wait till 5:10. That's 10 minutes after 5. So we can start the class fully. But then let's just, talk about what we've learned like in the last class. So I'll start with Daniel. So in the last class, what did you learn? I know you are a pro already, but at least you might, learn some few things, So what did you learn
And
in last class?
just, okay. First, I learned the basics of HTML, learning
Okay,
the full meaning of HTML as
okay,
hypertext markup language, and
okay,
also I was able to learn how to write with it. That is after opening the process first of creating a folder and then creating an HTML, like writing in HTML. So for anything I want to, that means if I'm going to write in HTML, I should be able to know that it will the file, no, not the file itself would be ending it .html. I learned that.
okay,
And
okay,
also when it now came to writing the codes, I learned that first I can I can automatically get VS Code to help me by just pressing shift exclamation mark and the whole thing would populate, or I write HTML and then I select the HTML5 and it will populate the prompt.
okay, good, good, good,
Hello.
good. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So
Can you hear me?
I practiced also on the prompts and discovered that if I want to make like an article, I just need
Mm-hmm.
to write like ART and then click on the article aspect, and whatever I write thereafter will come under the body. Like the last class we were taught how to write bodies H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H up to H6. So from H1, if I just write like after writing the H1 and I put like an article, that article write up will come below the H1 write up that might have
H1.
initially done. So I practiced
Yeah.
just that, and that's what I've been able to learn so far.
Okay, okay. That's actually a very good process. I love the fact that you practiced what you learned and you also tried something new. That's actually a very good one. It's actually a very good one. Okay, so what about Prosper? I know you didn't complete the class the last time, but at least still up to the time you left, before you left, at least you're able to learn something. So what were the few things you learned before leaving the class the other time? I mean, that was on Wednesday.
Okay. I learned that there is a back end and there is a front end, and what
Okay,
connects both of them is the internet.
okay, okay,
I learned how to make things easier. For
okay,
example, instead of memorizing the um the boilerplate or so.
okay.
Am I
Boilerplate.
correct?
Yeah,
The
Yes.
boilerplate.
boilerplate.
Yeah.
Uh, Instead of trying to memorize that, there's a shortcut, just HTML dot file,
Mhm.
and it
Okay.
pops up.
Okay.
I
Okay.
learned that. That's pretty much some of the things I learned.
Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. That shows there's progress already. That shows there's progress
Yes.
already. Okay. Okay. So all this I'm doing, I'm just trying to wait for others to join because I don't want to keep going back, going back and forth while the class is going on when people are just joining. Okay, so I guess Akolade is joining already. Okay, good, 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 good. So I think he's connecting with audio yet. Don't worry, Akolade, I'm Aziz. I know you're just joining. So what we're discussing, we're trying to do a recap of what we learned in the last class. That was on Wednesday. So I want to know like what you're able to learn in the class and why are you joining late? You're 30 minutes late today. What's going on? You can omit yourself, Akolade Aziz. Prosper and Daniel was they've spoken. So yeah. Okay, so Akolade Aziz, do we have you on the call? No, if you're not okay, good evening, everyone. Yes, good evening. All right, if you can't, if you're somewhere lousy or probably where you can speak, you can put it in the chat so everyone can know. We are just trying to make sure that we are all on the same page and then we can easily move from there. So we don't leave anyone behind because I don't want to leave anyone behind. Okay, I think he's not yet here. Okay, so let's move on to the class since we only have few people. I think the recording is going to be provided to us. All right, so yeah, introduction to HTML. We've done the introduction in the last class, and what we are going to be looking at today, we are going to progress with what we've learned before. Not like you are learning something new. It's just what we already know. That's what we are going to look at today. Basic. Okay. Sorry. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 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 okay. So I've explained all this in the last class. I explained what an opening tag is and how to work with open tag and how to close the tag. I explained that. And I explained something like this too. Language, English. I explained what attribute means, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I showed you that everything you want to put, you can put your content in between the opening and the closing of a tag. All right. So we learned the heading tag the last class, and today I just want to like teach us how to work with more tags, how to work with more tags. I won't look at images yet, although I'm meant to look at image, but I just want us to like get familiar with tags and all. All right, so there are some tags you might want to use. You might, I would say you might want to use some basic tag, which is actually what I want to share first. And I believe we are very conversant with our VS Code now, not like before.
Sure.
I believe you saw what I just did now. I clicked on recent and it opened the other side for me.
Yes.
which
The
actually
index.
makes it which actually makes everything very easy for me. All right, so major tags that we use in HTML basically. The major tags we use the normal heading tag and we use the normal p tag, you know, and other tags are just miscellaneous, not like we use them often. But the major one you're going to be using is you're going to be using h tag, you're going to be using p tag. I guess Markazat's iPhone just joined. Please, who is Markazat?
Hi.
Markazat. Sorry.
Hello, this Suleiman, Makala Suleiman, please.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
I
okay,
came in
okay.
late. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Suleiman, you came in late. Why you? This is
Yeah,
17
don't mind
minutes
me. I
late.
was
Oh.
at work, that's why I just closed from work. I said, let me just join. And
Le-
on my way home, I have to just
okay.
be present. And when I get home, I'll join fully, please.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Maybe
That's
in the next 15 or 20 minutes, I should be home. Now
oh,
done
all
for
right.
the.
All right, no problem, no
All right.
problem. Yeah, that's fine. All right,
All
you
right.
can just join in and listen, so you don't miss any parts.
All right. All right. Thank you,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah, you're welcome.
All
All
right.
right, so we said we have the H1 and we have the normal P tag. That's what we use basically. But there are other tags we use often too. Like we use the BR tag, we use the HR tag, and I'm going to be listing them here. So what HR means, this HR tag that you're looking at here, if I click on it now, what it does, if you look at it very well, let me make my VS Code bigger. Let me make my screen bigger. All right, so if you look at this here, you will notice that it only has opening, it doesn't have closing. If you look at it very
Okay.
well. Now, this is what we call self-closing tag. They self-close themselves. We don't really close them. And I'm very sure you will notice it here. You will notice it with this meta tag here. You will notice that meta is a tag name, but we didn't close it. I didn't really mention it the other time when we were talking, when we were discussing, because I didn't really want to put in more information so we don't get confused. Do you get? That's why I had to like break everything down into chunks so we'll be able to understand and pick it up easily. So this tag, that any tag that you see that okay, you can actually open and you can't close, we call it self-closing tag. Like this tag now is a self-closing tag. We have another one called BR, is also a self-closing tag. But let's see what HR, let's see what it does. So I believe, let me just share my entire screen so you can hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me copy. I have to copy parts. I believe you guys remember that you have to copy parts here. Prosper. I hope you know how to copy parts. If you can't speak, you can, put it in the chat
Yes,
box.
yes,
Okay. I
yes,
just
sir.
wanted to be sure. All right, so I just wanted to be sure because I don't want anyone to be left behind. Everybody should move at the same pace too. All right, so I just copied the parts now, then I'll paste it on my browser. So give me a second. I want to paste it on my browser. All right. So let me share my screen now. Let me share my screen. Okay, cool. All right. So I believe you can see my screen, right? All right. So you can see what is displaying here. You will notice that there's an horizontal row. So that is what that HR, that's what it does. It's actually under it causes a partition, more like a section. That's what it does. So there's nothing interesting about it like that. So that's why I said we don't really use it because you can actually achieve this with your CSS rather than using your HR because we don't really have more we can't really style this HR. We can't really style it further, but you can actually style your CSS further. So that's why most people don't really use the HR. But I just want you guys to know that we can actually use what we call the HR. So there's another one called BR. So let's see what the BR does. So what the BR does is it is not doing anything much. So what it does is just if I have like let me do this. You people will notice something I did. I'm going to explain it very soon. So this is code. Let me have another p tag here. So I will say this is code. I have two here. So let's go to the browser to check it. Let's check this on the browser. So let me refresh. All right, so you can see this is our code. This is our code. You can see the both of them. They are stacking on each other. That's because we are using the normal p tag, the same way we have this one here. So let me go back to our code and then show us how the BR tag how it actually works. So this b tag here, let me take this out. So if I put it in between these p tags, BR, if I put the BR here, if I save this now, let me go to let's go to our browser to check. So now this is what we have before. We have this before, right? But if I should refresh now, did you guys notice anything here?
There's no line. It's just space.
Yeah, there's no, I know.
Yes, there's no
But did you
line.
notice anything? Before this is our code and this is our code. They were kind of closer to each other before. I don't know. You didn't notice it.
Yes.
The
They
upper
went
one
together.
went up. The upper one went higher. Like there's more spacing between them, and the other one went higher.
That shows that there's what the BL tag does is that it breaks the line again. It creates another line break. That is, it's added another space to it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Look at it. If I want to copy it now, can you see? Do you notice anything here that shows that? I mean, this here. Do you notice anything here
And
that
is
shows that?
there.
Oh, there's actually a line
That's
here.
it.
Exactly. That is what BL. That is what it does. You know, it breaks your code to the next line again. So it creates space between the top one and then the one in the middle. So it creates a space in the middle. That's what it does. Can you see that it's not really doing anything much? Just one thing, that's what it does. And the HR, that's just what it does. They don't really do like some, although they are interesting to see too as well. But it's just that they don't really perform much things because most things that you want to do, you can actually do them with your your CSS. That's why it's like that. So the next one I want us to look at so the next one I want us to look at is I want us to look at, we've done the line break, we've done the horizontal row. I want us to look at white space. White space. So white space basically is just this one. Sorry. Cancel this. Escape. I want to make sure we are all on the same page. All right, so white space. I think I can use this. All right. So how does white space work now? So now I want you guys to observe what I'm doing very well. That's why I have to like zoom my screen. So if you look at, I wrote this is our code, right? If I put space here, I put another space. Look at it. I press space bar. You know, normally there's only just one space bar before. If I add another, let me add one space bar. One. Let me save. Let's go to the browser to check. Let's go to the browser to check. If I refresh this now, do you notice any space? Is there any space?
It's
Did you
normal
guys
space.
but did you notice any other space bar again?
No.
No, there's no space bar, right? That shows
Yes.
that our browser only understand one space bar. Please have that at the back of your mind that the browser only understand one space bar. So no matter how many space bar you have or how many space bar you added to your code, it will reflect on the browser. For example, if I added, let me do, let me save. Let's go to the browser to check. If I go to the browser now to check this now, if I should refresh, do you notice anything here? You can see that it's still the same, right?
Yes, it's the
Yes.
It's
It's
same.
still
still the
the
same.
same. So there's nothing different here. So now the browser only understand one space bar, and that was the space bar we added in the beginning. Like the space bar just to separate words. I mean, this particular one here. No one wanted to write this our code. We wrote this is our, and we put code here. You can see that it's just one space bar that is between the R and the code, right? So it only understand one space bar. So for you to add more space bar, let's say you want to create a space between one text and the other. How do you do that? We have something called this particular entity code here. We have and NBSP. You know, I said something when we started. I said don't cram anything, right? Now this NBSP, I actually copied it from the material, from the PDF. I don't have it in my head. Cancel, I'm being honest with you guys. I don't have it in my head. I just copied it from there and I pasted it to my code, and then let's see if it works. So if I should save this now and then let's go to the browser to check. So let's refresh here. So if I should refresh here, do you notice any space?
An extra
Do you get
space.
you notice an extra space here, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's because we now added a space bar to it, a white space to it. Basically, what we call it white space. Do you get? We call it white space because since the browser only understand one space bar, then we use that code, that entity code, as our white space. Remember, you don't have to put it in your head. Let's say I
Can we
want to
put it
create
many
another.
times?
So what is it?
Can we put it multiple times?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm about to do. If I put it multiple times now, if I should go over here, so if I should go over here and then refresh here, do you notice that we have more space here? Can you see that we have more space?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's when we put it multiple times.
Yeah, I did not see how you got it.
Sorry, you said you didn't see how I import did they say? No, it's just the normal type. Just type it out. This and NBSP. Let's go to our VS Code. Let's go to our VS Code so you can see what I'm trying to say. So this is it now. This is it. Can you see it here on our VS Code? It's just the normal text. Just put an NBSP, then you put your semicolon, then that's all. Is that good?
Okay. Yes, I can
Okay.
see.
So I hope we are on the same page. Welcome. And let's give drum rolls to Elizabeth Additional. Well done for coming late. You're you're 30 minutes late to the class.
We've been trying to get in, but I have
Hmm.
an issue with the code. I don't know why it's not letting me in.
Letting you in. Oh, so sorry about that. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was the same code. So sorry about that. Apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes. Okay. So we've not really done anything much. We're just talking about the normal tags. Yeah. That's what we've been discussing. The
you.
P
Okay.
tag and then the HR tag. And then I explained that the HR tag is just to create an horizontal row. And the P we worked on the P tag the last time. And then the BR is to create an extra line. That's what the BR does. It just create another extra line. And then let me just show you. I don't know. How long have you been in the
How
class?
do we create it?
Okay, so this BR here is just a normal tag. And if you look
Okay.
at it very well, we spoke about closing tag and we spoke about opening tag and closing tag
Yes.
in the last class. So if you look at this one now, you can see that we only opened it, we didn't close it. That shows that it's a self-closing tag. That was what I explained to them earlier on. And then I showed them how it actually works. Because if you look at it very well, you will notice that there is actually a space between this and this. You will notice there's a space here. So this is the work of BR, that BR tag. And for the horizontal row, yeah, that's HR. Do you get this horizontal row you're seeing here? That's HR. So let's go to our VS Code so you can see how the HR how it actually works. So you can see that the HR is in between. This is a paragraph and then this is our code. So that's what I've been explaining since. And then we move to white space. Yeah. So I said white space is just the browser only understand one space bar. So if you want to add more space to your text, you need to use a white space code, entity code, basically. So the entity code you're seeing here is for white space. So you can do and NBSP, then your semicolon. And I said don't don't put it in your head, don't cram it, just have it at the back of your mind that, oh, I know this thing, I know how it works, then you can use it. You get? And I said I did not put it in my head. I didn't put it in my head. All I just did is just that I went to the material, copied and paste here, and then it's working fine. So you don't really need to put anything in your head, just understand how it works. Do you get? Just understand how it works. The moment you understand the concept, you don't really have any issue with any of these tags. Yeah. So that's just the basic tags that we use. And then the next thing we are going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at sorry,
Mama, I'm coming.
I believe you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So the next thing we're going to be looking at links and images. Links and images. So I'll give an example of how link work and then how to import image to your code. I mean to your project because I said HTML is just to write content basically. You know that when you have a how the web works, please let I want everyone to pay attention. I don't know if in the first class if I actually explained this. So if I ask you now, what do you do? What do you do with HTML? You use HTML to write content, basically. I mean, you use HTML to write content to the web page. You use HTML to write text to the web page, and then you use CSS to style the text you've written. I mean, if you I
Okay.
don't know if you have like a graphic design background, or probably you have a design back, Canva now. A lot of people use Canva. We are all aware of how it works. Okay, so before you start, you have to write the text first. Sorry, Prosper, you might have to. Okay, no, I think I can do that. Yeah. All right. So the way it works is that you have to write the text first. After writing the text, then you now add color, you add this, and then you start styling it. So the process of writing that text is what HTML does. So if you look at it now, we use all the browser, all the thing you're seeing. Like for example, let me go to Paddy Code website. You can see how good looking it is. The way it's good looking, let me Paddy Code. So the way it's good looking, sorry, that should be network. Load. Okay, so the way it's good looking like this, all the text you're seeing here, I mean, all the text you are seeing here, all these text that you're seeing, they are all HTML. All these text you're seeing, they are all HTML. Everything here, they are all HTML. So we use HTML to write content to the web page. Now, all these colorful designs you're not seeing is now where our CSS, where it comes in. Do you get? But every text you're seeing here is they are all HTML. Everything, they are all HTML. So we want to put at the back of your mind that okay, HTML is for writing content to the web page, CSS is for styling the content. And when we now get to JavaScript, JavaScript is now where you bring interactivity to what you've written. Because if you build with HTML and CSS, you made everything fine and all. Now, to bring it live now, I mean, live in the sense that, if you look at this thing very well, you will notice that you can actually interact with this thing. You can do a lot of things. It looks like this thing, you're communicating with this thing. That's where the JavaScript, that's actually where it comes in. That's where it comes in. So if you want to okay, take this one. Yeah. So now when you build alone without HTML, without JavaScript, we call it a static web page. That's what we call it. We call it a static web page because there's no interactivity with it. It's just there. Nothing is going on with it. It's just nothing is there. Just information and design. That's all. There's no interaction and all. But now the process of adding interactivity to it, that is interaction, that is you can communicate with it, that is where the JavaScript comes in. So JavaScript actually brings your web page. It actually brings your website. It actually brings it to life. That's what we use JavaScript for. I hope you actually understand like everything I just explained. Did
Yes.
you guys pick that? Okay, cool. So if I should ask you now that what do you understand by HTML, you should be able to give me a definite answer that this is actually for writing content. If I ask you what do you use CSS for, you should know that CSS we use it to style the content we've written, while we use JavaScript to add interactivity to bring our website to bring it live. That's what we use JavaScript for. That's for front end. Okay, so now that you have like a very good understanding of what HTML does, what CSS does, what JavaScript does, then you know that anything you want to have on your page, that thing you have to follow HTML. So far it is content. And we all understand that CSS images are content, right? Am I wrong?
You're
Sorry,
right.
can you hear me? Images, they're
No,
all content. Images now, they're all contents now. They're all content. So you use HTML to put them there. So how do you work with images? I'm going to explain it after explaining how link works. So now let's work with link here. So links, how do you work with links now? We have something called the anchor tag. So if you look at it very well, you notice that I just press A. After pressing this A, you will notice a lot of options there. Now I will explain one. I will explain one. I will explain this one is just the normal link. I will still explain this one too. But you want to click on the first one first. So this is how a typical link looks like. So Daniel, I want you to tell me, what does href, what does it represent in that place, in inside this place? What does it represent? We spoke, we said something about what we have in, what we used to put inside our opening tag. So what does href, what does it represent in that place? Sorry, Daniel, are you there?
Hello. Sorry, I didn't know
Yes.
that I was muted.
Okay.
I think the href is like the point that shows our, like, is what communicates the address, and these are
Okay.
link address, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Remember I said something about attributes.
Can't remember.
Ah, Elizabeth, can you remember I said something about attributes?
I'm just joining this class, so I don't know what
You're already removing your hand. I said something about attributes in the last class. Remember, you're currently looking at what attributes here. Okay, so look at this now. This lang, English. Didn't I call it an attribute in the last class?
You did.
So definitely anything inside the opening tag here, anything inside this opening tag is an attribute because it gives more information about this particular tag, the anchor tag, about the element. I hope we are now, I'm very sure we now know what attributes means now.
Please recap.
yes.
Okay, so I said attributes basically. It gives more information about that particular tag, about that particular element. It gives more information. Do you get? And the attributes is always inside the opening tag. And if you can look at it very well on line 22, you will notice that the attribute is inside the opening tag here. And I'm so sure you can actually see that.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what an attribute means. All right, so now, like what you said the other time, you said this href here, it means where it's going to point to. Yes, you're actually right. What this href means, we call it absolute URL. Absolute URL. That is where you want that link to point to. That is what this href, that is what it means. So let's say for instance now, I want this URL to point to paddycode.com. All I have to do is to write here. Um I'll say click here to visit our website. If I say click here to visit our website now, I'll inside this href here, that's where I'll now put the link to our website. So if I save this now, you can see that I've not put the link yet. So if I go to the browser, let me go to the browser so you can see what I'm trying to say. So let's go to the browser. So I'll refresh here. Can you see that this text is actually different from the normal text we've been having? Do you notice it's different?
Yes.
Okay. So now if I click it now, look at it. When I clicked it now, if you notice something, I want you to notice something. Please look at this refresh here. You know this refresh. So look at it very well. If I click it, do you notice that it is refreshing itself?
Yes.
Okay. So now the fact that I guess it's network. Someone sent a message to the group that is network. Uh, that's Abayomi. He said it's network. Okay, probably she will look at how to join. All right, so if you look at it now, when I clicked it, it's actually looking as if it wants to go somewhere, but then I didn't provide any link to it. So how do I make that possible now? So what I have to do is let me go back to my VS Code so we can see how this one is going to work. So all I have to do here, I'll just paste the link to the website. I'll paste the link to that website. If I paste the link to the website inside that place now, so if you look at it now, let me go to my VS Code. Okay, we are in VS Code. So if I paste the link here, that's https vs.paddyco.com. If I do this now and save, so let me save. Abayomi, you're welcome. All right, so if I save this now, let's go to the browser again to check it out. Abayomi, I can see you're complaining that probably the network or so. Okay, yes, Elizabeth, you can go ahead.
I know you are resting, but please, where did you get that link from that you want to?
Okay, so the link here, I just copy the link. Okay. Oh yeah, yes. Sorry, I copied the link. I believe you can see my browser, right?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, so I copied the link from here. I believe you can see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just copied the absolute link here. I just copied the whole link here and I pasted it inside my code. You saw the way I pasted it inside my code, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So now if I should refresh now, let me click on that link now. So if I click on it now, do you notice anything that it took me to padico.com? Did you notice
Yes.
that? Okay, so can you see that it
Yeah.
took me padico.com? So now let me go back. So now you can see that this link you are seeing here, if I click on it, it took me to contact.com. If I click on this one, it will take me to about us. So do you now know how they were able to do that now?
It's through that href, right?
Eh, it's through that anchor tag, that is that link tag. That's what they used
Yeah.
there. Do you get? That's what they
Yes.
used in that place to be able to achieve what we just did now. So now, there are some
Okay.
times that, please, Daniel, did you grab this now?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I guess a lot of people are having network issues. I don't know. Nigeria is happening to most of us. Sorry. It is well. We'll be we'll be fine. Okay. All right. So this is actually how the link work. That's how it works. So let's go back to our VS Code. So from our VS Code now, if I want to, there are some times that um let's say you have a website and then someone advertises with you, and then you want it that when they click on that person's link, you want it to open another tab. There are some times that you click on some link, then it open another tab. I don't know if you experienced something like that. It will open in a different web page. That is, it will create another tab. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I was there.
Okay, like for example, I'm just
Another
this.
pop-up.
No, not a pop-up, not a pop-up. Let me go back to my VS Code. I'm trying to see if we can get something like that that looks like that here. Uh, 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 this is still party code. I want something that. Okay, if I click on this Facebook now, do you notice anything? Let me do it again. Let me do that again. If I click on Facebook, remember we are still on one page inside the website, right? And focus on this place when I click on it. So if I click on Facebook, did you guys notice anything here?
Like a redirecting link.
Now look at it. It's opened another web page. I don't know if you get to all what's going. Let me click on it again. Do you notice that like it opened another tab?
Yes.
Elizabeth, do you get that?
Is it that it opened another tab or something?
Exactly. It opened another tab. When I clicked it, look at it. Let me click on it. Do you notice that it opened another tab?
Yes. Yeah.
You remember that normally when we click on this contact us, it doesn't open any tab. It opens on that same page, right? Look
Yes.
Yes.
at it. It opened on that same page. So how do you do that?
Mm.
Whereby when you click on a particular link, it opens another tab. It doesn't close the current page you are in. So how do you do that now? We use something called target underscore blank. We add an attribute to it. And what is the name of that attribute? The name of the attribute is called target. Target, that's the name of the attribute. So I'll put target here. So if I put targets now, the value of that target is now underscore blank, so that whenever they click on it, it will open a new tab. So let me save this now and then go to our VS Code and go to our browser. So if I go to our browser, wait, sorry, we are on our browser. You guys didn't tell me that I'm not in my VS Code. You guys didn't tell me. Uh,
Sorry.
So you would not say anything, and you are like, where's the target? Are you not looking at it that? Where did where am I seeing target? Or you guys are not thinking that way?
Okay.
Am I seeing a
I
different
was,
screen than
but I
you
was
guys?
just,
No.
I was just thinking maybe.
You that
Yeah.
see, see the thing is, we are in a class, right? And I said this is actually a community. So anything you see or anything you notice that is not really going very well, please let's point it out. That, please, this one, I don't understand. I don't get what's going on. Do you get? Don't be shy to ask questions.
Okay.
You get? Don't be shy
Okay.
to ask questions. Any question you ask, I won't say no, no, no. We are a community. We are learning. We are all learning here. So please, anything you don't understand, just point it out so that we can go over it again and make sure it works. Do you get?
Yes.
So please let's make sure it works. All right. So let me do the target underscore blank again since we didn't see the screen then. Prosper, you've been going and coming. Is that your network at work?
Yes, my network is very poor.
Okay, I noticed that, when you joined the call earlier. I noticed it. Sorry about that. All right. So I said we have an attribute called target. So when we put targets here, so now the value of the target is now going to be underscore blank. If you look at it very well, you can see that I'm not typing everything fully. The moment I want to type it, it's already suggesting to me. That's why I said you guys should use VS Code. Life is easy. You don't have to go through the hard way. You don't have to do the code through the hard way. Just make everything easy for you. All right. So now, once you put the target underscore blank now, let me see. So let's go to the browser now and check how it will play out. So let's go to our first class. So if I refresh it now, so if I click here to visit our website. Do you guys notice anything here?
Yes.
What did you notice?
What I noticed was party code started loading.
Hmm. Remember when we click here to visit our website, it took
Can
out
you
this
do it
website.
again so I can understand?
Okay.
Okay. A
I
new
said,
tab.
before when I clicked on this link, I hope you guys are with me now. When
It
I
will
click on
refresh
this link,
itself.
it's actually loaded Paddy code website here on this particular tab. But when I click on it now, do you notice that I still have
Okay.
the
You
our
still
code
have
intact,
the whole time.
and then it open this one on a separate tab. Do you get? So
Yes.
that target underscore blank, we actually achieve that for you. I hope we are moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So Prosper, is that clear to you as well?
Yes,
Okay, Daniel, are you clear
Very
with that?
clear.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So now, the next thing we want to look at is the how to work with image. This is just how to work with link. Something hard like that, like that, like that. Unless if somebody wants to make it hard, unless you don't want to make it hard for people, but then it shouldn't be that hard. All right. So how to work with images now? So um we have a tag called img. Please, you notice that what I typed was img. What I'm typing is img, and I put enter. I didn't go through the stress of writing less than sign img space src. I didn't do all of that. I just typed my img there and then bam, I started
Yes, we
working.
saw that. We brought it out.
Okay, good. All right. So now, how do you now put your images now? We use the img tag. So now I'm going to ask a question here. I will ask okay, let me start with who should I start with? Who should I start? Okay, so let me start with Elizabeth here. So now this SLC here, what is it representing now in this place? I'm not saying you should tell me what it does. I'm just trying to like ask, what does it look like here? In the IMG tag, what does it look like here? Or what does it mean in the IMG tag? We can classify everything on that one thing.
Yeah, image to upload
Uh,
an image.
what's the SLC? No, the SLC inside the image tag, inside the opening tag. What can we classify it under? We can classify it somewhere.
Ah, I don't know.
Ah,
Okay,
remember?
what can we classify it?
Oh yeah. So who's going to bail us now? Prosper, Daniel.
I think
An attribute.
Hmm,
yes,
it's an attribute. Do you get?
exactly.
It's an attribute because it actually gives more information about that particular
More
element, that
information.
particular tag. Do you get? It's an attribute.
I don't
So
know
now,
what is an attribute. I was not there when you mentioned attribute.
I
Maybe I
said
didn't
it
hear.
earlier. All right, probably.
You said
Okay,
it earlier. I didn't get it.
okay, okay. Could I have asked now? All right. So what an
Sorry.
attribute means is that an attribute gives more information about a particular tag or an element. It gives more information. It speaks more about that particular tag. Do you get? That's what this
Okay.
attribute. That's actually what it means. So if you're seeing any tag inside an opening tag, like if you see anything, like any code inside an opening tag like this, like let's say if I put
Okay.
lang here, it shows that I'm adding an
Okay.
attribute. Do you get? So
Uh,
far is inside the
okay.
opening tag. So now if
The
I should ask you now,
opening
what does this alt you're saying here, what does it mean here?
is also an attribute.
Is also an attribute, exactly. All right, so now let me now tell you what the SRC means and what the alt, let me tell you what it means. So what the SRC means, the SRC is more like source. We call it source. That is where
Okay.
the image is coming from.
Okay.
That's what this SRC means. Where is your image coming from? Please put the parts here. When I say part, I mean the link to where your image, where it's coming from. Put the part in that place.
Okay.
Remember, when we did copy parts here, I don't know if you notice whenever we do copy parts here, let's go to our browser to check it. Let me paste it on our browser. Let's go to our browser. Do you notice that this copy part here, can you see that it is actually my local device? Look at it though. Remember when we started, we created a folder called Paddy Code HTML class.
Mm,
Yes,
And then we created index.html.
yes,
And then we created everything inside desktop, right?
yes.
Okay, this admin now is my own laptop like storage. Do you get the same where you have your desktop download and everything? Can you see that this is my own laptop part? When I say
okay.
part, I mean link. Do you get? Part is just like okay, ways that leads to that place. Do you get? So this is
Hmm.
just a link now on my laptop. That is where it is stored on my laptop.
Hello,
You get? Sorry, Daniel, I can hear you.
your network was breaking me. I didn't hear you for a few seconds.
Okay, is it fine now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I was saying this is we call this part like a link on our local laptop on our local machine. Do you get? So that's what it means. So how do you now add images now? How do you add images? So let's say for instance, let's download an image here. Let me download an image here. Let's download an image. So let me say, okay, let me take this image. I think I should be able to take one of this. I want to see if we can actually pick an image here and then use it. Let's pick it in image. Save image as uh okay. Let me save the I want to save the image now. Remember, where is our code? Our code is inside desktop, right? So I'll go to desktop, then I'll look for paddy code HTML class. I will click on it twice. So I'll come here, I'll say save. What's the name of the image? Let me call it uh paddy code img. So I'll save it. I've saved it inside that place. Please, do you guys oh, I'm not sure yet if you're going to see how I saved it.
Hmm. I did not see how, sir.
Yeah. I'm not sure you see how you didn't see how I saved it because I was only sharing um my browser screen. So you might not see. But it's just a normal way of like normal way you saved your image. Like let me okay, hold on. Let me just share my entire screen so you can get what I'm trying to say. Okay, I hope you can see my screen now.
No.
Yes.
Mm. Sorry, Elizabeth, can you see my screen? Daniel said yes. Prosper,
I
you
can
said
only see the paddy code where it says your feature is blah blah blah.
you.
Your
Yeah, you
feature
can.
is like
You can. Okay, now if I right click now, can you see what the way I right clicked on this? Can you see it?
yes, yes.
When I
Yes.
click on when I click on save image now, you can see the pop up here.
Okay.
Can you see the pop up?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. So if I come here and say images here, can you see
Save
the way I'm
as.
doing it here?
Yes.
Okay, so now how I did it then? It was because I'm already in desktop. Now, when you want to save your own, you come here. You know where we put it is inside desktop, right? Where we put our code is inside
Mm.
desktop. So you come here, you click on desktop, then you look for paddy code HTML class. So you click on it twice, then you can name, rename, or any other thing. Then you save your image here. Then you click on save. That's all. I hope that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right. So now, how do we now use that particular image? How do we use it now? So I believe you can see my VS Code now.
Yes.
Okay. So do you notice that we have the images? We have them here already. Images.jpg. We have party code image.jpg. Do you notice anything here?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now that our image is inside this our project now, it will be easy for us to locate it. If I type image here, can you see that it's already giving me images.jpg?
Yes.
Okay. So if I click enter now, that shows I've put that image. I've imported that image. Let's save it and go to our browser. Let's refresh now. Can you see our image here? Voila. I believe we can
Yes.
all see our
Yes.
can we see the image here? We have the image here now.
Yes, we can.
See now. See. We have the image here. Okay, so let me make the image smaller. So I'll just put the width. Let me put it to like 200. So it's going to be smaller and then not very big. So that you guys do not say you cannot see it. Okay. So I put the width to like 200. Let me put it to like 500. So it's still going to maintain the right space. All right. So now can you see our image here? So you can see how to import your image now. So the SRC is what you are going to use to import your image. So now there's one more thing you need to understand that when you are importing your image, if you look at it very well, can you see that the image are not well arranged? Because I can have thousands of images in a project. How do I arrange those images in that project? I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Look at the images here. Look at another one here. Before I will see this one, I will have seen this one, right? Then I will see this one. Then I will see this one. What if I have a lot of them in my code? That will show that it will be very convincing for me to like manage the project. So we do one thing. What we do is that we come here, we create a folder. When we create the folder, we call it images. So inside the folder, we move all our images and
Okay.
the coming image we save it inside that folder. So here now, what I want to do is that you can see that I'm working on VS Code. So I'll just come here, I'll just click on. If I do cut here, then I'll go to images. I'll click on images folder, then I'll paste. So can you see that my images are now inside my images folder? Makes sense?
Is it that you copied it or you cut it? Because
I
cut.
cut it. You know what cut means? Control X we cut. That is, it will delete from where you are copying from, then it will paste in the other side. Do you get that?
Yes.
Eh? Are you sure? Because your yes side is very low.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Oh, okay. So what about Prosper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. All right. So now, if I save my code now, let's go and look at our code. Let's go and see what we did. Oh, voila. Can you see that the image is not showing?
Yes.
Why is the image not showing now?
Because we have moved it.
Because I've moved it inside this space. So definitely,
Yes,
I'm
inside
not
the
currently inside it's not currently inside this place anymore. Remember that our
Mm,
index.html is inside the same directory, right? It's inside the same folder. They were inside the same
yes,
folder
yes.
before. So I can easily call it. It's just like siblings. You know that you can easily call your siblings. Like, hello, if you're in the same place, you can easily call them like you're together in one room.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to call somebody in the next room, what do? Is it that you raise your voice
You
or
have
you go outside of your own room to go and
something.
call that person? Do
Yes,
you get what I'm trying to say?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
You have to go outside of your own room to call that person. Do you get? So now, for us to have access to these images now, that shows that we need to enter images folder. Make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
So now, how do we enter the images folder now? How do we enter? We simply type images. Can you see at the moment you type images, the folder name, can you see that it's actually
Mm,
it's suggesting it already?
yeah,
So when I click on it now, can you see that I have access to all the images inside that place now?
yes, yes.
So if I click on images now, if I save and then go to my browser and refresh, can you see that?
It's,
Can you see what we have here now? Makes sense?
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, it
okay,
does.
good. I hope what we just did now, I hope it's very clear to us.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's just you are the only one answering, no. Daniel, Prosper.
Yes, sir.
I'm watching.
Okay, okay. All right,
Yes,
good,
sir.
good. I love the fact that we are getting everything very good. All right, so now I said I was going to explain the alt here. So the what the alt means, I don't know if you have opened a website before and then you notice that the image there did not load, but you saw a text there, like probably it wrote logo. Maybe the image didn't load, probably because your data was not really good. It will just put the logo of that image there, but it will show that there's an image, but it will put the logo alone. I don't know if you've seen that. But if you have not, let me show you an
I have.
example. You have, okay, very
Okay,
good.
that's good.
So now, remember the name of our image is images, right? The image we put there, the name we called it is images, right?
Yes.
So now let me remove one S in that place. You know, the moment I remove one S, that shows that our image should
It's
not
not
show
that bad.
anymore. Can you see that the image is not showing anymore? Because that's not the name. I hope this is making sense to us.
Yes.
Okay. So now, if in the alt here, if I put logo here inside the alternative text, if I put logo here and then save, if I come here, do you notice anything that is putting he wrote an alternative text that to show you that there is actually an image here, but something is wrong with it. Do you notice what he did here?
Yes, yes, yes.
It is telling you
Yes.
that there's an image here, and what the image is about is what
Mm-hmm.
is the image is a logo, right?
Yes,
Is a logo, but something is happening with that image. Is either internet is bad or probably they didn't load the image very well. Do you get? That's what alternative text. That's what it does. So if I put our images, if I put our S back here, if refresh now, do you notice that the logo is gone?
Yes.
So the alternative text is only useful should in case something happened, it couldn't load the image. That will be what will pop up. That will be what will be showing to the user that hello, something is happening to this image. Is either your internet is bad or probably the developer didn't put the image very well. Do you get what alternative text? Do you get what it means now?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay, very good,
Yes,
very
sir.
good. Okay, very good. So I hope what we are doing is actually very clear to us because I don't want
Yep.
anyone to lag behind though. Okay, so now the okay, so can you see that we are not really everything we are doing? Let me share my VS Code alone now. All right. So I believe everything we've done today, everything is simple to you guys now. That's why you guys are getting it very well. Abi, Abi Daniel.
It's not the it's
Eh? It's simple now.
it's not difficult.
It's
It is.
okay.
You said it is simple. Elizabeth, it is simple too now, right?
Yes,
Okay, okay. HTML is simple. It's just that when you calm down to understand the concept first, then you notice everything is actually very simple. All right, so the next thing we want to look at is list. We want to look at list, how to add lists. Do you get how to add lists? So how do you work with list now? How do you work with list? So lists are just like let's say if you want to list states, or let me say states in Nigeria. If you want to list states in Nigeria, how do you do that? If how do you do that? So now if I can come here and say H1 and say states in Nigeria. So if I say states in Nigeria here, then I'll put my list. Now, if I want to put my list, we have two type of list. We have two type of list. We have the ordered list and the unordered list. We have the ordered list and the unordered list. So let me explain the first one, which is the ordered list. So we have ordered list, which is OL. Ordered list is OL. Can you see that? Ordered list, that's OL is a tag name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so inside this ordered list now, that's when we now have our list. The list now is LI. Can you see? It's already listing the listing states in Nigeria for us. Let's just, but please, do you get the LI here? The LI I wrote here. I believe you understand it.
List.
Yes.
So now, let me now list more states in Nigeria. States in Nigeria. Can you see this thing already listing everything for me? Let me just go. Sorry, it's actually an assistant for me. I used to write many codes. I can't be using my head to write most of the code. I want soft life. You get? So yeah. Okay. So now if you look at it now, we have OL here, and then we have a list of states in Lagos. In Nigeria, sorry, I said Lagos. In Nigeria. We have states in Nigeria, and then we have list of them. So if I save this now, let's see what it's going to show us here. Let me show my entire screen so we don't get to. All right, so let's go over here. Oh, did I cancel something? I guess I canceled the same here. But let's come over here. All right, so can you see the states in Nigeria now? I believe you can all see the states here. Please,
Wow.
permit me to clear some of this code. Please. I don't want anyone to get confused. So we can have a clean slate. All right, so can you see states in Nigeria? We have number one, Abia, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra. We have Bauchi. Makes sense?
Yes.
So now this is order list. The reason why we do call it order list is because if you look at it, he wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we put that there?
No.
No, we didn't put that. It is that order list that is doing this. Is the one arranging everything for us. And then you can decide to say, oh, I don't want to use 1, 2, 3. I want to use Roman numerals. So you can come here and say type. So each of the type now, you can say 1. By default, it is 1, 2, 3. So you can decide to use capital letter. You can decide to use small letters. You can decide to use capital numerals. You can decide to use small numerals, small letter numerals. So now let's say I want to use small letter. Yeah, I want to use Roman numerals here. So I should come here and refresh here. Can you see that we have Roman numerals here too? Is it making sense now? You guys are quiet.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So let's say I put capital A here, capital A, and then I refresh here. Do you notice that it turns to ABC?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how to tweak the ordered list. Now let's now look at the unordered list. So now if I say states in, no, let me say local government in Lagos, local or cities in Lagos, cities in Lagos. Cities in Lagos. So I put cities in Lagos here. I want to add our another list here. Thank you, my assistant. Good AI here. It's already listing everything for me. All right, so cities in Lagos. This UL, I believe you understand how we came about with UL now. On other list, that's UL. Other list, OL. On other list, UL.
Well,
Or you still want me to explain again? Because I believe you can see how the whole structure is now, right?
yes.
Okay, so now you can see the LI, you can see Ikorodu, Victoria Island, we have Ikoyi, we have
Mm,
Surulere, and we have Yaba. So now if I just save this now and then go to the browser to check it, if I should refresh now, bam. Do you notice anything here? What do you notice?
Yeah.
What did you notice? We have other list and we
The
have
first
unordered
one,
list.
the first one, because we gave it an attribute of ABC, like the kind of
Okay.
this any attribute, so it just came in dots.
It just came. But no, you remember that when we didn't even give that one, when we didn't give it an attribute of ABC or the likes, it came in 1, 2, 3. Do you remember?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So order list is for something like when you want to make something in order, you use the order list. But if you want something like a bullet point and the likes, you use unordered list. Make sense?
All right.
Okay. Elizabeth, Prosper, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about Prosper? Is it making sense to you too as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. See, don't say yes sir if you don't understand though. Because yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. I hope you guys understand this thing. Because there's no rush at all. Like no rush at all. Just understand how it works and then we can now also move to the next one. All right, so
I do.
sorry, you're speaking, Prosper.
I said I
Um
do. I understand.
okay, oh okay, okay. Your network is very, 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 very bad. Sorry, yeah. All right, so we have another thing here. This one is actually the most important thing in HTML. If you don't know this one, things are going to be very difficult when you're working. I mean, not HTML alone. Web design, front-end development is going to be very, very difficult if you don't understand how directory structure, how it works. Remember when we said we're using, remember this place. Remember, we had our pictures in this place before, and then we use it. I've cleared it. We used it without calling images slash Abby. Is that not what we did?
Yes.
Okay, but now the moment we moved it inside images, we had to add images slash, right?
Yes.
That is how directory structure.
Yes.
That's how it works. So directory structure is just like you are in a building. Remember, if you are in a building now, let's say in that building, you are in the living room. If you're in the living room, if you want to go to your room or you want to go to your room, you have to open the room door and then enter, right? Am I right?
Yes, you
Can you
are.
guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now, if you want to leave that room, you have to turn back and open the door and go outside of that room. You enter a room, you are moving forward. But when you are going back, you are turning back to go out to leave the room, right? So now,
Yes,
directory
sir.
structure is more like you have different rooms in your project. You have different folders in your project. And the fact that you have different folders in your project, definitely you need to be able to enter a particular file, enter a particular folder, come outside of a particular folder, enter another one, come outside, enter another one, come outside, enter another one, come outside. Pick something from here, go out, pick something from there, go out, pick something from there, go out. That's an example of what I just did here. I don't know, okay, I wrote an example here too. That's what I just did here. So if you look at this root here, this root, take it as the house. Now inside the root folder, remember this paddy code HTML class is the root folder, right? That's where our project is. I mean
Like
the
the root
project we are
folder.
currently. Yes, the root folder, exactly. That's where our project is. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where our project is. So now inside this project now, we have many things here. We have
Images.
different text here and everything. Now, Suleiman, Prosper, index.html, Daniel, Abayomi, and images folder, they are all inside one folder, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
if
sir.
do you know that all those things are inside one folder? Images is not inside that same folder that Daniel is or index is. I hope you know.
Yes, it's different.
Is images is inside another folder inside the root directory. Do you get? So now if I want to pick anything from images, I have to go inside images to pick it, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now let's say for instance, I want to like do a quick thing. So let's say if I create another folder here, I called it product. I called it product. Inside this product now, if I come here, let me create another folder and I call it LG. I call it LG. No, we have different products. We have LG products. So if I come
Yes.
here, I created another folder. I call it what other product do we have? We have what other product? I think techno. Let's do techno. Let's do techno. All right, so let's do techno. So now can you see that we have how many products do we have? How many folder do we have inside products? We have two, right?
True. Yes.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. This is going to be very complicated, but it's just I'm not expecting to get it at once. But just calm down. Maybe after the class again, look at it very well and see how we're able to do this thing. All right, so now inside this product now, if I should come here, LG have their own products. So let me say lg.html here, lg.html. So I'll come here, I'll put my directory structure. So I'll come here. I hope, do you guys notice how I was able to get the basic structure, that boilerplate?
Yes.
I believe I explained that
Yes, sir.
in the last class. I said you do shift and your exclamation mark.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, I did. Okay, very
Remember.
good. All right. So now if I should come here, I put my H1. Sorry, I wrote H1. What's going on? All right, H1 and I wrote LG product here. LG product. If I save this, then I go inside Techno, new file, and I put Techno, sorry, techno.html. All right. So if I should come here, put the this in. So I wrote my H2 and I say techno products. Okay, cool. Now I have all these products here. Remember, inside our index.html, I believe this list, we all understand what list, how it works now.
Yes.
Okay. So now let me take this out here. Let me take everything here out. All right. So now I can come here and say H1. Let me say H1. So I can say, hey, well, welcome to Paddy Code Store. If I say welcome to Paddy Code Store, if I say H3, I say check out our product. Check out our product. So now I want to have each of my products now. That shows that how do I do our product? You don't have to list them. Hey, this is it.
Yes.
You don't have to list them. Can you see where that list where it comes in and where it comes in handy now? So now one thing I want you to understand is that all these things here you are building up. You are not when we started, we're very small. Like I mean, I'm not talking about our class now. We started small in the sense that when we were growing up, we started learning ABC, right? Isn't that the first thing we started with?
That was how we started with.
We started with ABC. Now, as we're growing, we moved from ABC to two-letter words, three-letter words, four-letter words, and the likes like that, like that. Remember, all the two-letter words, all the three-letter words, we have ABC in them. ABC was actually the foundation that groomed all these things. All the words we are saying in this world today started with ABC. There's no way you will not find ABC inside everything. So This is how this thing too is. So it's not like you're learning something and then you're going to leave it behind. No, you are learning it so you can use it. Do you get? We learned UL on other list and other list so we can use it. So it's not like you're learning something that you won't be using. That's why I have to like filter everything very well so that I will make sure that everything we have are what they are the industry standard. That is what we use currently, what we use very well. Do you get? I could have gone and been saying, oh, teaching you what you might not even use at all. There are some things that I learned that I've not even used any of them. Remember when I was telling you guys that I've not really even used some things here in this VS Code. That's because I didn't even try it out. I don't know why I've not tried it yet. Do you get? So all these things are more like you're building yourself up too as well. So now let's use our UL tag here. So if I use our UL tag here, so I will say inside this place, I will say LG. Now if I say LG here, the next product I will say Techno, right? So
Yes.
now, oh yeah, that's where our Elizabeth will now give us info about what we are going to do. Somebody is wrote something. Good evening, sir. Please, I'm so sorry for joining late. Good evening, everyone. Hey, you wrote the message earlier. I didn't get that. So sorry. I'm just seeing his message now. All right. So yeah. So let's go over. Okay, so I'm sharing my entire screen. So yeah, we are good to go. Share. Okay, cool. All right. So now if I go to my browser now, let me refresh now. All right. So we listed the products now. Now, if I list all the products here, I should be able to enter the product now, right? I listed LG, I listed Techno. So where's the link to enter them? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
It's in the directory, but it wasn't
Uh-huh. It, sh- it
added.
should be it should be a link, right? This LG should be a link, right? That when I click on it, it will take me there. Techno should be a
Okay.
link that when I click on it, it should take me there, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, so Elizabeth, how do I do that?
Href.
Very good. Href.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay, oh yeah. So tell me what to type. Tell me what to type.
You type href, then what's
Where?
the title, the
Wait,
name of
wait.
this thing?
I said, tell me what to type. Don't worry, you are my teacher. Tell me what to type. Oh yeah, tell me.
I should tell you, like, I don't understand what to type. How?
Okay, tell me what should I type? Where should I put it? Like,
Is it attitude or attributes? There's an attribute.
Attributes. It's an attribute we want to add now.
Yes.
After that L1, the one
good
for LG.
attitude. All right. So where do I
Then
put the
let's
attribute?
write in the inside that tag.
Inside this tag. Ah,
Yes. No.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The before the greater than of L1 before LG.
Okay, this one.
Yes. Am I
Okay, so I'll
correct?
put space.
Yes. Then put H. Is it href?
Href. Do you notice that it's not bringing any information? It's not bringing any prompt that I should click on. Do you notice? And you know that once
Yes.
you are in the right track, it should definitely bring something for you.
Do that.
That shows that you're missing out, right?
Okay.
Now, remember, this here is a link. Sorry, is a list. Sorry, is a list and not a link. Remember that we only use that href in our link.
Okay.
Okay.
So what this means now is that we have to convert that LG and Techno to a link. Do you get? So
Okay.
how do we do that now? Remember that we want them to be in a list and we also want them to be in a link. That shows that, oh, fine, they
Okay.
are already in the list now. So now the next thing is to convert it to what? To a link. How do we convert it to a link? Then I'll come here inside this place. I'll put anchor tag here. That's our A tag. I'll press enter. Then in between the anchor tag here, in between the anchor tag, I'll
Okay.
put our LG. So now you can see that the href automatically came in this one.
Mm.
Do you
Mm.
notice? Oh
Yes.
yeah. Let's do for techno. Let's do for techno again. So but if I should come here, I'll put anchor tag, right? I'll press enter.
Yes.
So in the
Yes.
middle of this anchor tag, in the middle of it, I'll put
You put
techno.
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 So can you see that the href came with it too?
Yes.
So now this is where I will now put our directory now. Very good. So Prosper, you've not been saying anything. So now if I want to remember that I'm inside index.html, which is our root folder. If I want to pick something from
Root
product,
folder.
yes, if I want to link to product, I want to link to this product here. I want to link to LG product. What will I do to link to LG product here?
Click.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Hello, Prosper, are you
You
here?
call the folder first. You import the
I'll,
folder first.
wow. I'll call the product.
Slash.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
next?
Then the name of your file. Oh no, then LG.
Then LG. Then the file will now come up,
Then the
right?
name of your file. Yes.
Exactly. I hope you saw that the process was very smooth. Did you guys notice that?
Yes.
So smooth. Can you see that product LG? That oh yeah. So now for this one for techno, what do we do here? Elizabeth,
Sorry,
you're
oh,
not saying anything
please.
now. Oh
I
yeah.
want to add something. Is it that
Okay.
we must add HTML to everything? I saw products LG
Okay.
and then that LG
The
HTML. I don't understand.
the name of our file is lg.html. Look at it here.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
name of our file is lg.html, and that's where we are linking to. So now, if I want to
Okay.
do for techno, what do I do for techno? Oh yeah, Elizabeth, tell us.
Okay. Techno is under. I can't see this thing. No. Okay.
Hey, is here
I've
now.
seen it.
Please.
I've seen it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Product.
So say products
Uh-huh.
/ techno,
Okay.
then dot.
Then
Is there anything under HTML? Techno HTML.
you guys already turned it to pro already. Oh. Hey, 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 hey. All right, so techno.html. So now if I go to my
Mm.
browser now, if I should refresh now, you can see that we have LG and we have
Okay.
techno
Yeah.
here. So can you see that it
Yes.
has
Yes.
turned to a link now?
Link. Yes.
So let me click on LG. Voila, can you see it took us to LG product?
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
let's go back. So if I click on techno now, voila, can you see it
Take
took us
us
to
to
tech?
Technopress.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. Now remember that when we get to this place, we have to come here to come and press back. Do you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really
Yes.
make sense. Why do you want people to be pressing this place to go back? Why can't you have another link here that can take you back?
Okay.
So now, how do we do that one now? Is it good? I will tell you. Oh yeah. So you know that we are currently inside techno products, right? So that's
Yes.
definitely inside that techno product. We need to go and put a link that will say back,
Button.
right? So now
Okay.
let's go to the techno product. So we need to come here. So now, how do I do that now? Do I use a p tag, h tag, or anchor tag? Which one am I going to use?
Anchor tag.
Anchor tag.
Why
Sorry
is there
for
an
what?
anchor tag? I want to put back. I want to put a backlink to it. What am I going to use?
Okay, tag.
Use an anchor tag.
I'll use an anchor tag. And the reason why I'm using an anchor tag because it's a link, right? So I'll say
Yes.
Mm.
anchor tag here. Then I'll put back here. Back. So now, where am I going back to? Oh, yeah. I'm going back to index.html, right?
Yes.
So how do we go back to index.html now? Remember, if you're in a big building, from the living room, you went to you went to another room that leads to another room. Okay, let me use an example. I don't want to use another room that leads to another room because often it doesn't really work that way. So let's say you are in a living room, you enter the room, then inside the room you have a bathroom there. You enter the bathroom. Now, if you want to come outside to this living room, how many room will you come out from?
2.
You will come outside from the bedroom first, right? Then you come outside
Yes,
from
come
the
out from
room.
basement from the room. Yeah.
And from the room. Very good. Very good. I want you guys to picture this thing very well. Now remember, before we go to techno, techno is inside techno folder,
It's
right?
yes.
Now inside that techno folder now, that techno folder itself is inside another folder, which is called what?
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on,
Techno.
hold on. Wait. Techno.html is inside the folder, which is called what? Techno,
Yeah.
right?
Techno.
Now this
Mm.
techno folder
It's
itself
under
Yes.
products.
is inside products
Products.
too. So
Okay,
Yes.
product.
definitely, how many times will techno come outside to be able to have access to index.html?
2 or
It needs to
3.
come outside of what? Of techno first. After coming
Techno
Yes.
outside from
first, then
techno, then it will
products.
come outside of product. So how many times is it
Then
coming
it
Products.
goes
outside?
to
That's
It
2
goes
product.
times.
2 times. So now, how do you go outside? Remember that if you are going inside somewhere, all you simply need to do is put the name of the folder, right? That's if you are going inside. You put the name of the
Mm.
folder. Now, if you are going outside, you can't put the name of the folder anymore. What you will do, you will
Mm.
do dot slash. Now, remember the moment I did dot slash, it's what Techno just did now. Techno.html just left this room. Do you
Okay.
get?
Mm-hmm.
I say that it is now having access to what? To LG. Before, it
Okay.
does not have access to
Mm.
LG, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it needs to go outside of product, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
do I do to make it go outside of product? Remember, when I wanted to go outside of techno, I did dot slash. Now I want to go outside of product. What
Yes.
do I need to do again?
Another dot slash.
Ah, good. You guys have given me you get the whole logic now. I need dot slash. Now the moment I put dot slash, can you see that I have access to all the things inside inside
Yes.
the root folder. So can you see that I have access to index.html now?
Yes.
So if
Yes.
I
Yes.
click index.html, if I save it now, please, I hope you got how we're able to do this.
Yes.
So
Okay,
please go
okay,
over it again.
okay. Oh yeah, let me go over it again. Oh yeah. So now I said if you are in a room, in a building, from the living room, you entered a particular room. When you enter the particular room, you enter the bathroom. Now, for you to come outside for you to come back to the living room, you have to leave the bathroom first. Then you leave the what? The room. That means you're coming outside 2 times. You're stepping out twice. Do you get? You're reversing twice. So now this techno.html now is currently inside techno folder. So it needs to come outside of techno folder. Then it needs to come
To
outside of product folder
products.
before it can have access to index.html. Because
Index.
index.html is inside the main project. Do you get that, Prosper?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do you now go outside? You go outside by doing dot slash. So you remember that.
Please, is it
Sorry,
dot or
I
is
didn't
it
get
a
that.
single dot? Is it a single
No,
dot
dot slash.
or double dot?
Double dot slash.
All right.
Dot slash. So if I put my dot slash again, Prosper, can you see that I have access to index.html now?
Yes, sir.
Before, I didn't have
Yes.
access to index.html, but now I have access to it. So if I click it now, if I save and then go to the browser and refresh now, can you see that we have something like back here? So if I click on that back now, oh, very good. Can you see it took us back to index.html?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you guys should come and teach me how I'm going to do for LG because if I go to LG products now, can you see that LG does not have back? So you guys should
Yes.
explain to me. Oh yeah, so now let
Let's
me
go
go
and
to
write
LG
for.
now. Oh yeah, yeah, you guys should explain. Oh yeah, so what do I do? I'll press enter first, right?
Yes.
So what's the next thing I
Then
need to
your
do?
anchor tag.
Your anchor tag.
Okay, I'll put my anchor tag. Okay,
Yeah.
Yes. Dot
Then
slash.
you
Dot
dot slash.
dot slash.
Dot
Okay,
slash
slash
And then
again.
another dot slash.
okay. Then I'll put index, right?
X.
Then I'll write my back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so let's see if it works. So let me refresh now. Can you see if I click on it now? Back. Oh, it's working.
Okay.
So That is how directory structure. That is how it works. I've taught you guys how to enter a folder, Abi, and I've taught you
Yes.
how to leave that folder, how to go outside. You go outside by using dot slash. You go in by using the normal folder name, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So okay, I've even explained all the dot slash and the likes. So now, yes, sorry, I put this. Okay, so now we've done links and images, right? So we want to use
Yeah.
link as image, images as link, basically images as link. How do we use images as link? You know that there are some times that when you go to some websites, if you click on a particular image, oh, this one does not have a link. Look at it very well. Look at this one. You can this FB here is not a text. Oh, this one is a text. I want to okay. I'm looking at an image. An image, oh, there is also a link. You know that there are sometimes you have some images as a link. Okay, very good. Look at this now. This particle now. You know there's an image. It's a logo. This is a logo. Do you know?
Yes.
This particle is a logo. But now we
Yes.
use that logo,
Yes.
that image, we use this as a link. So how do we
Okay.
use images as link now? So someone to tell me how do we use images as link? Remember we've learned how to add image to our project. So how do we use images
Mm.
as link? Think about it though. Remember I said something the other time. I said we wanted to turn a list to a link. That's what we did here. We turned this list, we turned it to a link. Now I said we want to
Um,
turn images, one image to a link. So how do we do that?
do we use the image as link to?
Yeah, that's once you use
That's
images
what I
as
want to do.
link. So now the first, okay, let me explain what we want to do. The first thing is that we want when we click on that image, it should be a link. Like we want to make it clickable. Remember that the
Okay.
image we had the first time is not clickable,
Mm,
right? So once this image
yes.
now we want it to be clickable. That's what we want to do. So how do we achieve that?
Mm,
Okay, yeah, let me give you an example. The first thing I will do is that I will have my anchor tag. If I have my anchor
yes.
tag in the middle, remember that in the middle before we were putting back and the likes. What if we put the image inside the
Yes.
middle? In the middle. Like if you have
Mm.
the image like this and I put images, then I put image now. If I
Oh,
save this now, if I come over to our this thing, if I refresh now, can you see that this image is looking like something clickable? Do you notice? Look at the cursor. Look at it. Oh. Look at the cursor. Can you see that the cursor turned towards a click cursor?
yes. Yes.
Let me reduce the image. Prosper, are you here? Hello, Prosper, are you here? Hey, Prosper is not in the class again. No. Okay. Suleiman is also in the class. Hey, why am I not seeing everybody in class? Oh, so sorry, so sorry, so sorry. Oh. Suleiman, I hope you are now at home.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you guys. I've been with you guys. Yes.
Okay, you are the senior dev here, so all these
And
things should
no,
be very
I
simple
mean,
for you.
I'm learning, no, bro. Learning, sir.
All right.
Mm.
Okay, so Akolade Aziz, he has not spoken since morning. I don't know what's going on. Please, if you're with us, please drop a comment in the comment section.
Good
Do you get?
evening, everybody. Um, I
Finally
just,
you're
I just
here.
got to.
Okay, okay, okay,
I'm
no
on my
problem.
phone before.
Okay, 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 no problem. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. All right, all right. Welcome to class, everyone. So glad to have everyone here. All right, I didn't even know we had this much before. I was thinking it's only Daniel, Prosper, and then Elizabeth we have in the class. All right, so good to have everyone here. Yes, you're welcome. All right, so let me cancel this. All right, so what we just did now, we turned this image now, we turned it to a what? To a link. That's what we just did now. Because if you look at it now, look at my cursor now. My cursor is just a normal thing, but when it gets to this image now, can you see that it's turned it to a link? If I click on it now, can you see it's not taking me anywhere? So now, Prosper, you didn't say anything the other time. Oh yeah, tell me, how do I, if I want this now, if I want it to link to google.com, how do I make a link to google.com? Like when I click on it, it should take me to google.com. And Elizabeth, prepare for explaining how I don't want it to load on the same page. I want it to open another tab. Prepare for that. Hey, Prosper is not saying anything. So while we are still waiting for Prosper, Suleiman and Aziz, we've done a lot here actually. We've done a lot here. We've done the link, how to add the link, how to do a lot of things, and I know the recording is going to be available, so you don't really need to worry more. But I'm very sure the two of you, you are senior men in the group now. You are senior men in the class right now. So you should be able to understand what we are actually doing. I hope you are following along with what we are doing.
Yes, very well. It's well understood. Yes, I'm getting
Okay,
it
okay.
very well.
So I think Akolade Aziz cannot really talk. Please, if you can to please drop a comment in the comment section so we can know that everybody is following and then no one is behind the class.
I'm with you guys. I'm following.
Okay. Very good, very good. All right. Okay, I guess Prosper doesn't say anything. So Daniel, so bail us out with how to make this link to google.com.
I didn't hear you well.
Okay, I said you're going to bail us out on how to make this image link to google.com.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we do? What do we do here? Let me take this out. All right. So what do we do? What do we do? Remember what we want to achieve. We want to achieve image as a link, right?
Yeah,
That's our
yes.
purpose. So how do we make that image now link to google.com? That's what we want to do now.
So the href, this part of href,
Okay.
let's come to write our code there.
Okay. So now href. So what do I put in the href?
And this A, please write A.
Okay, you want me to write A? All right.
Uh, like I've forgotten the name we call it, this thing. Just that
Anchor
our
tag.
code.
Anchor tag. Remember, before we could, we've achieved the image as a link already. We've achieved that already. What we want to achieve now
Yes.
is that we want the link to go somewhere. I hope you get what I'm trying to say now.
I
We
get
want
what
the
you're
link to go somewhere. That's what we want to achieve now. So how do we
Okay.
make it go somewhere? That's what
Blank.
we want to do. Okay, no. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like this particular href here, we want it to link somewhere. And what we want to link it to is google.com. So how do we make it link to google.com? That's the question.
Can we copy a link from Google or something and maybe just write google.com?
Okay. So let me say google.com here. Google.com here. So let me copy this now. So where do I put this where do I put this link now? Where do I put it, Daniel?
In that href.
I'll put it in that href. Okay, very good. So let me put it in the href. And if it does not work, that's Daniel's work. Oh. If it doesn't work, that's Daniel's work. Oh. Okay. So Daniel, are you sure it's going to work?
Yes.
You are very sure. Okay, so let's see. So let me save and then go over here and then refresh here. All right, so let's click on it. Oh, I guess it's working. Wow, Daniel, you did a good job. Well done. It's working. All right, so let's go back. You are okay. Thank you for assisting me. All right, so the assistants too. So now, if you notice this now, you can see that it's taking us out. It's taking us outside of padico.com, outside of our website. It's taking us outside. It's kicking us out of our website. What if we want Google
Is
to
it like
open?
it's creating a tab or something? I don't understand. Kicking
Now
out.
we want it to create a tab.
Like,
Before it should just roll.
Yeah, if I click on it now, look at it.
just take over.
Can you see that? it kicked out. Look at it very well now. It kicked us out of our websites now. Look at it. Our website is no more there again. So that users are now lost. They are not on our website anymore. They've gone to google.com. So what if they did not remember the link to our website? What will happen? They are gone. Do you get? Unless they go back.
Yes.
So now we want it that google.com, an external link, because it's going to be an external link, should open on a new tab. So Elizabeth, how do I do that now? How do I do that? Bayomi was not able to join this call today. He said ha.
I can't remember the name, but I know you write the anchor tag.
Okay.
That href.
Okay.
That href, yes.
Okay. Okay. So what do I do?
Blank. I can't remember. I think slash
Okay.
blank or something.
Okay. So we have an attribute called target. Target.
Okay. Hey, yes. Target.
Yes,
We'll put
target.
underscore blank here. So we do
Blank.
it now.
Yes.
So I should save and then refresh here. If I should click on it now, can you see open a new tab here?
A new tab, yes.
Okay, so you guys are doing great. You guys are doing very well. All right.
Thank
So
you.
I hope this is very clear to everyone. Akolade, Suleiman, Prosper. I hope this is very clear because you guys are not saying anything. I hope it's very clear to us. You
Yeah,
can
it's
drop
very
a comment.
clear. Yes, very clear.
Oh, me, I don't Suleiman, you don't even have to say it's not clear to you because I know that, you know. So if you can't speak, you can also drop a comment so we can know everyone is following. Prosper has not said anything today. I hope all is well over there. Okay, Akolade said, oh, yes, very, very clear. You guys are senior devs, I know. But we don't have that newbie. You know, we only have Elizabeth and then Abayomi. They are the only newbies we have. And I think Prosper too as well. They are the only newbies we have. And you guys can see that our newbies are doing very well now. You can see Elizabeth is already telling
Yes,
us
so
in the class.
yes, so
I am also new.
You guys are not new. You, Suleiman, Akolade, Aziz, you guys are not new. You guys are not new. No, you guys are not new. But at least I'm actually glad that we're able to picking up and then understanding the whole concept one after the other. It actually shows progress. You get it shows progress. Thank you very much for understanding at once. Because there are some times that you have to be in some class that you have to explain one concept, you have to explain like 10 times before 50% of the class to understand. But I'm glad that I'm able to explain once and then everybody's actually picking everything like one after the other and then fine. That's actually very good. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so the next thing we want to look at, we've looked at images. You guys are very good. Look at the way we are just flowing. They're just looking at everything, telling it to us. All right, so we want to look at tables in HTML. Yeah. So tables. Tables are actually one important part you want to learn how to work with. Very important. Although I would say that most times people don't really use this our normal table anymore. You know, they just go ahead to copy some table online, making things very easy. But you just have to have like you need to understand the concept. What I've been hammering on like all this while is understand the concept first. The moment you understand the concept, you won't have any issues. But if you don't really understand the concept, there are a lot of issues. So understand the concept first, so that when you are now doing the short method, you can maneuver. Probably you don't want it to be that way. You can now tweak it to what fits what you want. Do you get? You can tweak it anyhow you like, but you need to understand how it works. So tables now, in programming, yeah, you can see that I didn't say HTML. In programming, we treat tables, we only use rows. When I say rows, we work with rows and we work with columns. When I say column here, I mean columns are normal vertical, right? I hope I'm not the only one here.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
rows are
Yes,
horizontal.
sir.
Rows are
Yes.
horizontal. So now we work with rows and columns. Rows and columns. Prosper, you're welcome. We work with rows and columns. Prosper, you ran away because we want to ask you a question, Abi.
No, sir. Somebody
Okay.
called.
Okay. All right, no problem. All right. So we work with
Yes, I did
rows.
not even get
Sorry, I didn't get that.
to the images. I did not get how to use images as link. So
You
I'll
didn't
just
get how to
rewatch the
use.
videos again. Not so
Okay.
images as link.
Okay. So
Yes,
you
I'll
can
rewatch the
you
videos
can
again.
quickly.
So don't waste time.
Okay, you can quickly look at how we did it here too as well. You know, what we just did is that we used anchor tag, then we
Okay.
put the image
If I
in the
can
middle.
quickly learn.
Yes. So we put the image in the middle. Look at it. The image is in the middle of the anchor tag. Then we put our href
Okay.
here, and we put target underscore blank to link to another page to open a new tab, and then we put the link we want it to link to inside the href. That's just what we did, not something difficult like that. Okay, so now we said we work with rows and columns. Okay, now you understand it, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, so if I want to work with tables here, so how do we work with tables now? We said we work with rows and columns, and you understand that columns are what? Are vertical, while rows are horizontal. So what we use basically, we work with rows. That's what we work with in programming. We work with rows. Then columns is going to sort itself. So how will column sort itself now? The first thing you want to have is we are creating a table. You have to write your table tag. So inside your table tag, that's where you now have your rows and everything. So now the fact that I say we work with rows, you know that if I say we have two rows of something, that shows that we have two horizontal, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me go online and then look for HTML table. Let me look for a random table so it look like, so I can use that one for explanation. Let's use that one to explain to ourselves. Hey, do you notice anything here? When I clicked on images, you guys, did you notice anything? See, oh, when I clicked on images, can you see that you open another tab while leaving this one? Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Can you see? That's what we did, though. That's target what? Underscore blank. When I
Use
clicked on it,
target and blank for us.
exactly. That's what they did too. See
Yeah.
now, when I clicked on it, can you see? It opened another tab. That's target underscore blank for you. Can you see that you guys are already doing wonders here? All right. So now, if you look at, I want to pick although we are not going to design our own table, but it's just for the sake of explanation. So let me pick one fine table here, so we can work with it. Why is not showing your table very well? I want a table all of us can see and work with. I hope you can see the one stood. I want to see table name. Oh, no, this one like this. Okay. Let's use this one. I hope we can all see this table, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, if you count it very well, how many columns do we have here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We have 6 columns. How many rows do we have here?
5, 6, 7. How many words?
How many rows?
Seven.
Rows.
Seven.
Hey, we
6
have
rows,
7
Seven.
7
rows.
columns.
Okay. Wait, oh, these columns, oh, I hope you know.
7 rows, 6 columns.
Wait, from where we're having .com, .net, .org, that's colon. TLD, duration, registration, and renewal, that's row.
Wait.
Am I wrong or right?
Wait. Columns are vertical. Rows are horizontal. Oh yeah, so do it
Yes,
now.
we have 6
Columns.
rows. We have 6 columns, 7 rows.
See, this is a column. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7. So how many columns do we have? We have 6. And then how many rows do we have? We have 7. Makes sense. So now if you look at this very well, how can someone achieve something like this? How can we achieve something like this? But it's not going to be colorful like this, so because we're not using our CSS, we are just writing the content. And I already explained that we use HTML to write content to the web page, while we use our CSS to style that particular content. So how do we achieve something like this? So now let's say, for instance, we want 4 columns, 4 rows. 4 columns, 4 rows. Let's go to our HTML now. So now the thing is that let me so for example, the thing is that I said in programming, what we work with is what is rows. We work with rows. So now if we create one row, we create the second row, we create the third row, we create the fourth row. Inside that particular row, that's where we now put our column. If you create one row now, if I create one row, definitely I will make space, I will make provision for all the columns inside it, right? If I make the
Yes.
second row, I will make provision for all the columns inside it. If I make the third row, I will make provision for all the columns inside it too. So now, if I go to my code now, first thing I want to do, I want to create my first row. So inside my first row now, I can have like, let's say I will have, let me do it again so you can see. TR means table row. TR, that's row 1.
Okay.
Inside it now, I have something called TD and TH. Now I will say TH. If you look at this image very well, you'll notice that this one here, I mean the text here, are more bolder compared to the text like in the information. Do you notice it?
Table header.
Yes, this text here, consider they are actually bold compared to the normal this thing. So now TH means table header. Do you get? Wait, who said table header? You guys are professional. I'm serious. You guys are senior devs. Somebody is telling us what it means. So now I have one table header here. So I can say SN. So if I want to have another one, I will say TH here too as well. Another TH. Now you will now understand why I'm saying that I'm making provision for each column. So now if I just say name, yeah. If I say name, if I should come here and I say something like okay, what do we okay, let's say age. So let's have another one. We say we want to have 4. So if I say age here, so if I say what
Class.
again can we ask? Okay, we can say class here. So if I say
And
class
gender.
now, yeah, we can say gender too, but we want to have just 4. Okay, let's say gender rather than class. So let's say gender. So let's go to our HTML. Let's load our page. Okay, so can you see that we have, how many rows do we have?
1 row.
1 row. But do you see that we've made provision for the columns?
Yes.
That's why I said we only work with rows. Now inside that row, that's where you now make provision for the columns. Do you get? So now can you see that in the process we've already made provision for
Clear.
it now? So now the next thing we want to do, that means we are going to create what? Our row 2. Make sense?
Table.
Not table 2, our row 2. You know that the first thing we have here is row 1. Then we will now create another row. So inside that row, that's where we now supply information to all these things. So if you look at it now, SN1, John 25 male. Now this here will be under this one. John Doe will be under name. Age will be under 25 will be under age. Male will be under gender. Let's see it. Let's see it so we can have a pictorial aspect of how it looks like. Can you see how it looks like now?
Yes.
Is it making sense to us now? How many rows do we have? We have just 2 rows. But inside those rows, we made provision for the columns. So now let's say, for instance, we didn't complete this one. We didn't complete this one. Let me save. Control S. So let me come here. Let me refresh. Can you see that actually altered our table? Because we didn't make provision for what? For 4 columns. So that means in each of your rows, you need to make provision for 4 columns. Makes sense now?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You are the only one speaking now. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I'm
Yes.
following, I'm watching, we're watching.
Okay. All right. So now, let me take that back. All right. So can you see that it's now balanced now? Can you see it's balanced now? So let's create more. Let's have another row again. So I'll come here, come and create my row. Can you see that I'm not creating anything like a column? It's rows I'm creating.
Please, what's the meaning of that TR that I'm saying? I understand that TH is table header. What's TR?
Okay. So TR is what? Table row. Table row. And somebody is not asking me any question
Okay.
about TD. You didn't ask me about TD. You saw TD, oh, you not ask me. Oh.
I did not say TP. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying it.
It's
What's
Ah,
like
TD?
TD means table data. That is the data you are putting in inside.
okay.
Do you get?
Okay.
So if you look at it very well, you will notice that TH is actually bolder compared to TD. It's just like our H tag,
Yes.
header tag, and our P tag. You know, header tag are more bolder compared to P tag. So
Yes.
can you see that we've supplied how many information now? We've supplied 3 information. So now quick one, yeah, quick one. So if you're going to be looking at doing full stack development, because I'm actually full stack, so I'm more like a software developer. So one thing you should understand is that I want you guys to understand this now, self. One thing is that the reason why we work with roles in in programming is because each role represents a record. When I say each role represents a record, I don't know. We've all passed through school, right? We've all been in school. Probably we are still in school, but we have once at least we've once gone to school, or probably we are still in school. So now, if you look at it very well, if they want to put in our record, they don't write our record as name. They will put your name under name. Then under that name, they will now put age under it. Oh. They all put them horizontally. I don't know if you noticed that. They draw a table, they write name, then the next column is going to be age, the next column is going to be matric number, the next column is going to be address, the next column is going to be phone number. You know, they write all those things. They write each person's record as a row. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, yes.
If
Yes.
I'm not saying
Yes,
anything.
that's true.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They write your name in one row. They don't write your name on multiple rows. Your name is just going to be on one row. The next person is going to be under you. That's the person is going to be number 2 under you. The third person is going to be under number 2. So it goes like that, like that, like that, like that. So each person's record is always in one row, one row, one row. So each person's one row represents one record, one user's record. Do you get? One row represents a record. You know why I call it
Yes,
a
sir.
record? Why I called it a record is because now you remember that it's not just your name that is on one row. Your matric number is there, your phone number is there, your age is there, your address is there on just one row. I hope you know that. Why you
Yes.
guys not
Yes,
getting what I'm
sir.
trying to explain?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes,
That's
that is
sir.
true.
We get to.
that's why we called one row one record. Do you get? So we don't work with columns. We only work with what? With rows. So it is now inside that row. That's where we now give data to our columns. Do you get? It is inside that row we give data to our column. So each row represents one record. So please have it at the back of your mind so that when you get to, like, probably you are building a database, then you are now having issues with it. You already understand that one row represents one record now. One row represents one record. That means a record can have multiple columns. Do you get? A record now. A record represents like one row. So definitely you can have
Yes, sir.
multiple
We get
columns.
it.
Exactly. All right. So that is just like to give us like normal head knowledge about how all those things, how it actually works, and why I was able to understand this thing very well too. You get? All right. So now let's do another one. Let's put another CR here. You can decide to write cap lock or small letter, but I used to use small letter because there's no point in using
So
cap
I
lock.
want to ask,
Okay. Yeah. I'm
is it
listening.
is it a must that we must put space in between the TR,
No, you
like
might
the way
decide
there
not
is
to put
space?
space. You might decide, you can say I'm removing the
Okay.
space now. So if I save it now, see, can you
Okay.
see that? You will notice that we still have the same thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
now let me now explain the reason why I'm putting space. The reason why I'm putting space is for readability. So you'll be able to read it very well. Like you already know that, oh, this is where this one, this is where it ends. You already know that this where it ends, this is another one. You know that, oh, this one, this is where it ends. Do you get? So you'll be able to read it. That's adding space. Do you get? And that's actually I would say a good code, like a good a clean code. Let me put it that way. It's also a clean code. Because
Oh,
you know, if I don't write it very well, you'll be confused. Yeah, where did this one start? Where did this one start? Do you get? And if,
okay.
the way I'm writing
Yeah.
my code now, that is the way I didn't start this way though. I didn't start this way. I mean, if you see the way I used to write my code before, everything's already jam-packed. But the moment I noticed that, okay, if I make my code clear, definitely people can come, read, and understand. And if I also teach that way, because when I was learning, the person too did not write clean code too. Everything is just jam packed. So I felt that that's how to write everything. Although it still works, so you know there are some things that you will do that you will just patch them. After patching them, it works. So then you won't touch it again. Because you know that the moment you
Okay.
touch it like this, it will spoil. So
Mm-hmm.
so you know all those kind of thing now. So then
Yeah.
everything is just patch all together. But the moment you write clean code, definitely it will be easy for you to debug. It will be very easy for you to see errors. So if you look at the way I wrote the
Mm.
code now, look at it very well. You already know that, oh, see, let me do this now. Let me do this map. Can you see that? You already know that inside this body we have something called table. Then inside the table there are
Yes.
information inside. So let me collapse it now. If I click on it now, can you see? We have
Mm,
one
yeah.
table.
Yes.
Let me collapse the table. Let me collapse the row. Let me collapse the row.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
collapse
Okay.
the row. Now, can you see that it is much more easier to understand that, oh, we have how many rows here? One, two, three, four. Do you
All
get?
right.
We
Yeah.
have four rows here.
Yes.
So inside each of them now, you can decide to collapse one of them too to see what we have inside them. Do you get? So your indentation
Yes.
matters. You know, I spoke about indentation. Indentation is just the space you put
Yes.
between this and this. Do you get? Space between this and this? That is your last one. Look at it. You will see the indentation progression. Look at it from body. I wrote this in here. Under Y, that's where our table is. And VS Code has actually make it very, very
Mm.
simple to follow indentation. So if you look at it now, table TR here, look at our this thing here. Can you see it's under display, but there's a space between this space and play. You know, compare it. If I do the code,
Okay.
look at it. Look at it. If I move the code like this, see, look at it. Is it
Mm.
very easy for you guys to read and understand now?
Yeah.
What this
Yeah.
means, it look as if this table row does not end at all. That's what it means. Oh, look at it.
Yes.
But that does not mean it won't work. Oh, see, let me show you. You will see that it works. Can you see that it's working? Nothing breaks.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
but you just want to make sure you write a readable code because see, anybody can come here and delete this one. Since we have table head here and table row here, they will just come here, papa, papa, delete them. Come here, sorry, come here, refresh now. Can you see that it's still working?
Mm.
But you might now make one mistake, everything will just scatter. You won't know where the problem is coming from.
Yeah.
Even me, I won't be able to detect where the problem is coming from. Can you see what I'm trying to say? I'm saying even me, oh, unless I sit down with the code very well and check it, even me, I won't know where the problem is coming from. So you want to avoid problems at a very, very like early stage that you're just learning. You want to avoid all those kind of problems because once you write a readable code,
Okay.
you are good to go. Everything is going to be very easy for you. Do you get? Okay. So now
Yes.
we have been working with tables. So now you understand how we're able to create all these tables now. Can you see that everything is still simple?
Ye-
All this table and this.
Yes.
Hey, everything. I know that you guys are senior devs. I know. People are
Mm.
just hiding it. So we have something called spanning rows and spanning columns. Spanning rows and spanning columns. I'm not okay. It's just form that we just do. We have something called spanning rows and spanning columns. Now, you know that when okay, let me just use an example. Now, when I was growing up, in my secondary school back then, even in university back then, so even university, we do have something called break time. Like, our break. Okay, it's more common in secondary school then. We do have short break, we do have long break back then. Then we do have lesson break too. So we do have 3 breaks: long break, a short break, long break, and lesson break. So the way they used to design the timetable on Microsoft Word, the break time, rather than putting the break time, like rather than writing it every time, like every day, because we do have break from 12 to 12. From I think the short break comes between 11:30 to 12. Yeah, 11:30 to 12. So now between 11:30 to 12 every day, the moment we are writing break, 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 it doesn't really make sense anymore because we are repeating they are repeating themselves. So what they do is that they now slant that break. It will now be very big and it will be in the middle. I don't know if I have a picture of how this look like then. Let me see if I can get a picture online. Yeah, this things actually take time. I want to see if we can get one image. Why is this thing in here? I want to see if we can actually get like an image. I can explain what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't know. There's no image I can explain what I'm trying to say here. We don't have the. Okay, so let me just do what I'm trying to say. You know that let me use let's use another database. You can see that I'm not calling it table again. I'm calling it another database. I'm calling it another a database now. I'm not calling it this thing again. So let me just put our th. Let's put our th. So let's put our let's say days. So I'll put another th here. I'll put 9 to 10, 9 to 10. So I'll put another one. Don't mind what I did though. Don't worry. You guys will learn it very soon. You guys are becoming pro very soon. So I'll put 11 to 12 here. All right. So now the second row, guess what the second row is? The data that will be in the second row. The first thing is going to be what? Monday. Abi? I mean in the data TD. The first thing should be Monday, right? You guys should check it very well.
Yes,
What's the
yes.
first thing on Monday? So I'll put Monday. What will be the next thing? The next thing is going to be math, English, history, right? That is the subject they are taking.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tuesday too, the same thing. So let me do the same thing here too. So Wednesday too, the same thing. So now let's see how it looks like. Hey, no, that's what I want to do. No, I'm not going to product. Okay, so you can see what it looks like now. So that means on Monday, from 9 to 10, they take mathematics. From 10 to 11, they take English. From 11 to 12, they take history. Right? Makes sense. So now, in between this place now, in between their table head now, I can come here and say that, sorry, let me take this out. So here now, I can say, okay, from 12 th, from 12
Okay.
to 12:30 here. From 12 to 12:30, that shows that I need to add another this thing here, right? Break.
Lord of Jesus.
So I'll add break here too as well. Break.
Where the iPod there, big?
So if you look at this now, can you see that I'm repeating break, break, break
Madam,
here?
why they comot one ear? Abi make they reduce your AirPod. How would I go block here? Go there.
Sorry, can you all hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Hey, you guys are not saying anything, no? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So can you see that we've been repeating ourselves every day. Break, we have break, break, break. So what they do then is that this break, they collapse it to one. So they now make it very big. They will now turn it around. It will just be one. They will not turn it. So it will span across all these things here. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? It will span across all these things here. Okay. Let's do it. So you guys can have understand. But you already see the break, break, break I'm talking about, whereby you are repeating yourself, right? Hey, you guys are not saying anything, no. Hey, you guys are not saying anything, no.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay. So I
You're
will
right.
say, yeah, like this now. Inside this our TD now. If I say call span. If I put 3 here, look at it though. Look at what will happen. I put 3 here. Nothing is happening here, right? That's our break. Let me comment this. I'll teach you guys commenting very soon. So now let me remove this one first. So you understand what I'm trying to say here. So you get it there. Look at the way this one looks like now. You can see that we have break here. See, oh, we have break. Now, if I move this one, I want their break to be in the middle so that you guys can see it very well. From 11 to 12, that's where their break, that's where they will be having break. From 11 to 12. 11 to 12, that's when I want them to be having break. So now, if I should come here, from that break now, if I should come here and say, let me use row span first. If I use 3 here and refresh, now, do you notice anything when I use row span here?
Yes, yes. There's a change on the
There's a
table
change. Okay,
database.
hold on. I'm coming. Let me put border. Let me put border one. Border. What the border will do is just to like create border with everything, so everything can look okay. All right. So can you see there's a border now? So now you can see what's happening here. Can you see that it shows that from 11 to 12 every day there's always break from 11 to 12.
Yes.
We are
Yes,
no more writing break anymore. Are you getting the whole thing now?
yes, yes. Well
Yes.
understood. Yes.
That shows that 11 to 12 is break time every single day. So how was I able to achieve that? Because look at it, I only put row span here and I deleted one of the information here. Look at it, I deleted one information. That is, I deleted one column from each of the rows. Look at it. You know that we said before, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have five table head, definitely you have 5 table data, right? 5 table data. But now if you look at it, I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first one. Then the next one, I only put 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the fact that I put, hey, what did I put? If I put 2 here, see the way it looks like. You can see that when I put 2 here, what do I mean? I mean, okay, create for this one and this one alone. Don't create for the third one. But the moment I put 3, that shows that I want it to span across 3 of them. That is 3 information, 3 rows on one column. Can you see it span across it span across this place, and this place. Then it moves to the middle. Is it making sense to us?
Very, very well.
What about others? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's making sense to us. All right, cool. So now we were able to achieve that using our what? Our row span. Then we deleted one information here. Now, for instance, let's say for instance we put one information. We didn't remember to take out all those information. If you refresh it now, can you see that they had to create another thing themselves? They had to create another record themselves. Can you see that it's now not making sense anymore? So the moment you see this error, just know that, oh, it's my row span that is causing it. So the next thing for you to do is delete each one of them. Delete one here and delete one here. It should be 4. The moment you put 5 here, that shows that 1 for this place and 2 for the other 2 that remain. Now, if I put, for instance, hey, can you see that I didn't close this TR? So let's say, for instance, I have another TR now again. I have another one for Thursday. Look at it though. Let me take this one out. If I have another one for Thursday. Now, if I save this now, remember I only did for 3. If I should come here and refresh, can you see that there's a problem now?
Yes.
So that means how many do I need to do for now?
4.
4.
4. So if I put 4 here like this now, so it's going to pan across 4 of them. Is it making sense now?
Yeah.
So that's how to work with row span. That is, you are spanning rows. That's how to work with row span. So what if we want to do something like this? That, okay, from 9 to 10 and 10 to 12, they have the same subject. That is, okay, For instance, you can see that the way I'm saying it as a problem, then we are providing solution to it. Not like we are saying it as something that is just head knowledge. Like now, you can see that math is appearing 2 times. Why can't we collapse these two maths to one thing? Because it doesn't make sense to have maths. Why can't we make them together? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So how do we merge these two? How do we merge it together so it turns to one rather than having maths? So now what you need to do, since we are using cold span for this row span for this one, the next thing is to what? Is to use call span. So now I will put call span. How many columns I want to span? 2.
2.
Right? Because I want to do 1, 2. So 2. Now, do I need to delete one information, one math? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I need to delete one of them. So if I delete one of them now, let's see how it look like now. So if I refresh now, oh, good. Can you see that it has merged the two this column together?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it making sense to us? Because most people are not saying anything. No.
Yeah, it is making sense.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
making sense. So.
Makes sense.
It is making sense. Okay. Good. I love that. All right.
Please,
So can you say how it... Okay, yes. You can ask your question.
I have a question.
Okay, oh yeah. You can go ahead.
Now, for that math, how can we centralize it if we wish to?
Okay, now you have to use your CSS to make it be in the middle. You have to use your CSS to make, this one like this, and this one came to the middle, like automatically itself.
Okay,
But
so
this one you have to use your
use
CSS
CSS. All right.
exactly to push it in the middle. All right. So I guess that's making sense, right? So you guys,
Yes.
you already know how to work with table, how to work with list, how to work with images, how to work with list and everything. You guys are becoming pro already. I love that. Ah, wow. We've been able to talk about all this long thing that I wrote here. We've done it. We've funny enough, I didn't even use the example we gave here because I want to know why I'm explaining this way. I'm explaining this way in the sense because when you get to the real life, yeah, what you'll be doing is you are solving problem. You are not doing what you know before. You are solving problem. So that's how I have to bring that problem now. Like the problem of having break, then solving it. Then the problem of having math here, then solving it. So you will understand that, oh, this thing, you can decide that, oh, I want it to be here. You know that if I tell you that, oh yeah, let's make it here. Let's put this one here. What if they tell you that, okay, oh, they don't want their own, probably on a real life project, they want their own break to be the first thing. You now be looking at how do I do that thing? Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So it will be difficult for you to manipulate things, manipulate what you've learned already. So it's more like you're bringing a problem, you're providing a solution to it. That way you'll be able to learn otherwise. What if it doesn't go that way? What if the problem did not come that way? It comes in another way. How do you now solve that problem with what you already know? That's what I'm trying to explain this thing this way because table is one part that when I'm teaching it, even me, I know that most students know to get it once. But the moment I started looking at it in a problem and solving problem way, I know that most people are actually grabbing it very fast. All right, so we have something here. We have something called a drop down list. Yeah, a drop down list here. So let's say for instance, no, don't let me go to the drop down. Let's go to form. I want us to do this one, and then you know you are good to go for HTML. For you, you're good to go for HTML. So I want us to do forms. I want us to do forms. So if you want to work with form, don't worry. You guys are going to do assignment. I'm going to give you an assignment that you're going to submit. That should be on Wednesday. Don't submit on Wednesday because Wednesday is our class. So you submit it before Wednesday. You have to submit it before Wednesday. Okay, so how do you work with forms now? So form here, please, you guys will permit me to take out everything we've done here. Hmm? Thank you. We are clearing a school database. That's what we are doing because this is a database already on its own. This is a database. Although the information might be in the back end, while you are only seeing it in the front end. But this is actually a database. That's how everything you are seeing, we pick all information in a table. Every information we pick them in a table. Make one of these days, I will show you like a live database. but it's just I won't tell you what the company so that people know.
Sir,
Yeah, I
hello,
can hear
sir.
you. Yes, I'm too.
Sir, please, I want to take permission to leave. My battery is down, and then I need to meet the
Okay,
my
okay,
dad.
okay, okay.
You
All all right,
sustain.
all right. No problem. No problem.
I'll just watch the video that you sent me
Yes,
for the
yes.
last
No,
one.
no problem with that. Yeah, no problem with that. All right.
You
So
Thank
we have
you.
forms here. So form. How do you work with form now? How do you work with form? So now form. The first thing you want to write is form. Once you write the form, ignore the actions. We are still going to be explaining the actions when we get to the actual part of the front end. We are going to explain what the action, what it means. But I don't really want to waste time with it. So how do you now work with forms? Now the first thing you want to have is what's all this one? I want to have my label. Label is also a tag. So label, I can say name. So in the label, the next thing I want to put is input. I want to put an input tag here. So input tag, I will say put a text here. I'll put under label. I'll say phone number. So yeah, I'll put an input here. So input now, you can see that the type is text too. Don't worry, I'm coming to it. So I'll put email. Then you can see that this one, the type is what? Email. Don't worry, I'm going to come to it. You can see that the input type, this one is what? Password. I'll come to it now. All right, so now the phone number, you know your phone number is a number. So now the type now, you want to turn the type to what? To number, not a text anymore because your phone number is a number. You can see for email, we have text for email, type for email. For password, we have type for password. But now the password, let me first put text here. So you understand the difference between the two. So now let me refresh now. Okay, wow. See our name, phone number, email, and our password. Look at the way it looks like. So I can put my name here. I'll put phone number. You can see that the moment I'm typing letters here, can you see it's not working? Because I put the type as what? As a what? As number. If I type number now, can you see that number is working? But if I type normal
Yes.
text here, it won't work. But I type number now, can you see that number is working? So now in our email, we type email here.
Yeah.
We come to our password. Now, if I type password now, have you ever typed your password like this and it's just open and not coded? Unless you click on that I sign. I'm very sure you used to see some I sign here.
Yes.
Okay. So now that's the reason why this one is showing is because you put the part and the type as what? As text, which is very wrong. You put the type as what? Password. So now if I put the type as password, if I refresh it now, you will notice that what I'm typing is now what? It coded. Then if I click on I icon, that's where it now bring out the word I'm typing. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now I want to ask something. Daniel, you're in the first class. Prosper, you're in the first class. I mean, today you came early to the class. Now look at the name, phone number, email, and password. They are all stacking on the same line. If I want to break this one to the next line, what do I do?
Okay. You said you put the HR tag.
HR, really? You know, HR is just for
No, sorry.
horizontal.
HR is height. No, BR.
So if I put BR now, let's see what BR will do. If I put BR now, can you see it moved to the next line? Phone number moved
Yes.
to the next line. So let's put BR in front for email. BR. No. Let's put for number. This is where we are meant to put it. BR. So let's put for
BR.
email. So I put BR.
BR.
So let's see. Oh, can you see that we've turned? So now what if we want extra space in between them? Extra space. You can put
HR.
multiple. No, you can put multiple BR. See,
Okay.
you can put as many BR. Since it's for space, you can put as many as you want. See,
Okay.
is it making sense now?
It is.
Okay. So now I want to add a button here, a submit button here. So I'll call the button, then I'll put the type as submit. Put the type as submit. So I'll say submit here. No, let me put register because what we are doing, we are collecting users' information. Register. So if I say register now and save and then come here, you will see our register button here. So if I want to make our register button come down, I can put our BR. I can put our BR again. So it looks good, at least to some extent. All right, so now if I want to fill this information now, if I put a random information now, let's say I put David, so I put the number. So now if I put email now, I put David here, and I type password. Look at what will happen. If I click on register, sorry, why is it type as what? Submit. Type as submit. Type as submit. Please don't forget to type should be submit. So let me refresh again. So I'll type the information again. So I'll type David here. So I'll put a number. Then I'll put David as email. And then I'll put any password. If I click on register now, do you notice anything? It is telling me please include an @ in the address. David is
Include
missing
an @
exactly. That shows that the type that I put here for email, that shows that it's registered that any email that you want to have must have @. Do you get the whole thing? That's what it's telling you, that any email you want to have must have @. So if I put @ now, look at what will happen now. I put @ here. Let me refresh so you can see. Let me just put random information here. Let me put random information. Let me put @ here. Let me put random information. So let me register. Can you see that it's telling me that hello, your email is not correct? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now let me now put David here. That's one thing that I like about the HTML. That one is actually like is helping you to solve errors, because users can be funny. Some users they just want to register fast, and leave. So they might put a wrong thing here. So if I put @gmail.com, if I put this now, if I put the password here, let me put the password here and then click on register. Do you notice that everything went smoothly now? Like, but your information did not go anywhere. It simply went.
no backend.
Well, I love that. The fact that you said no backend, that explains that you understand it. No backend. So your information is not going anywhere because there's no backend to it. Do you get? Wait, who said no backend? Who said no backend? Daniel, are you the one that said no backend?
Okay.
Who
But
said
sir,
no back?
hello.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
That means we might still need to have a bit of backend knowledge.
So now, if you are doing front end, you don't need backend because the backend developer will supply you information you are going to use. Do you get?
Okay.
The only thing you just need to learn is how to integrate the link they give you, integrate it to your front end and make it work. That's all. The backend is just itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it making sense to you?
It is.
Okay. All right. So we have something called drop down list. This drop down list here, it's actually very important too, Sha. Very, very important. Because there are some times that you might want to have a drop down. So let's say, for instance, I don't want to teach in the way that let's do let's have it. No, let's have a label here. Or should I copy? Yeah. You don't let us use the information here. Yeah. So let me say phones here. Let me say let me say phones. Phones that we know. So the next thing I want to have, thank you. We already put it there. So we have select. We have a select tag. Inside the select tag, you can now put options that users can pick from. You can put options that users can pick from. So if I do this now, look at how this one is going to play out. Though. Can you see the way it's playing out? If I click on it now, can you see? I can now all these drop down that I used to see. This is how to do that. Can you see? Let me refresh. Can you see? But most times here, what we do put here, the first option is always select a phone. That is, you are telling user to select. You know, just like when they say you should pick your age range, it should be select a phone, not like it will select a phone automatically for you. Then you now come here and pick a phone. I hope you get what I just explained now. You guys are not saying anything. Okay. All right. So the next thing is we have our normal file input. So now, if you want to work with file here, what you just need to do, just come here. If you want to work with file, there are sometimes that you will tell users that please upload your CV. They will tell you to upload your CV and the likes. So how do you do that now? Like when you want to tell your user to upload their CV. So what you want to do is that come over here, you put an input tag. Let's say you want to have like an H1, and I'll tell you upload your CV. If I say upload your CV, inside this place, I'll put an input here. So now that input now, the type is now going to be what? File. The type is going to be file. So if it's file now, if I say if I Control S, I saved it. If I come here, if I refresh now, can you see I'm saying upload your CV inside this place? It's showing what? You know that, remember, we didn't create this thing. It is that input. The same input that we're using text. Sorry. The same input that we're using text. We're using number. We're using password. We're using email. Is that same input that we use file, and it brought this. So if I click on file now, if I click on choose a file, can you see I can pick any file here? Is it making sense to you now? If I pick a file now, let me pick this logo now. If I click on
It's
open, can you
making
see
sense.
I have the logo here? So that's how to do that. Now, there's something I didn't explain. Remember that most times when you go to Facebook, if you want to log in, they will actually put an information here for you to read first. That's where placeholder, that's where it comes in. So inside this input tag, you can have a placeholder. I can say enter your name. Inside this placeholder, I can put a placeholder here. I'll say enter your phone number. I'll put a placeholder here too. I'll say enter your email. I'll put a placeholder here too. I'll say enter your password. So if I come here and I refresh, can you see how that one works
Okay.
now? Can you see? Enter your.
Please, I would like
Okay.
to see what's the placeholder?
So now what that placeholder, what it does is that it gives the user information about what their input is about. Look at it now. You can see what this one is displaying, saying enter your name. If I write my name now, can you see that the placeholder
Your
is gone?
name.
The placeholder is just to guide you. That's what the placeholder is. Because some user, they might see name here and they will come here and they'll come and put email in that place. Do you get? So you want to tell them that hello, enter your name, enter your number, enter your email, enter your password here. Don't do otherwise. Is it making sense to us? People are not saying anything. You guys should talk. Okay.
The network was shaking a bit.
Okay. How about now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So now that's just the basic thing you need to like understand. That's just the basic thing you need to understand about HTML. Like everything about HTML that we use often. That we use often. The more we go further, the more we get like advanced to things, because I don't want to teach us things that are going to be relevant, that are just going to be wasting our time, because it has happened before. And then I noticed that those things are actually irrelevant. Even me, I don't even use them in projects. I mean, in bigger projects, I don't even use them. I don't get to use them. I work on 5 projects, I don't get to use them at all. So it is actually irrelevant. Do you get? So that's why I didn't really put them inside this thing, because normally I could have come with a bigger manual for you guys. If I come with a bigger manual, it will be taking us like some years to finish HTML. And after finishing HTML, you will now realize that, oh God, I'm not even using this one. This one is not even useful. This one is not useful. This one is not useful. That's how I have to like pick out what I know that you are going to be using, like often, almost every time. You get almost every time. So I want you guys to actually go back to this video. I can say that you can say that but we've learned everything, I understand everything that happened in the class. No, you understand it today. We have tomorrow, we have next tomorrow. Before you know it, forgotten everything. So I want you guys to actually come back to all this to this video. When you go back to the video, watch out to do some certain things, because I'm going to be dropping an assignment to us latest tomorrow morning. Do you get? Latest tomorrow morning, I'll be dropping the assignment on the group, an HTML assignment. It will cover everything we have done here. Do you get? It will cover everything. Everything is done here. That's what will be there. So I'll drop the assignment that we're going to
All
work
right.
on. So I'll be expecting everybody to do the assignment before Wednesday. Before Wednesday. So we'll be able to access it and know how to work with each other. So I hope that's actually very fine. Thoughts.
Yeah, it's okay. That's nice. At
So
least keep us thinking and learning more. It's okay.
yeah, exactly. And please don't limit your knowledge to this class alone. I know that I shouldn't say that, but I have to be honest with you because I said we are all learning. We are a community. We should be able to tell ourselves the truth. Don't limit your knowledge to this class alone. Go online, check HTML. Just go online, just check HTML. Do you get? Just check HTML out. Don't say, oh, what they teach us in class, that's what we'll be using. No, don't say that. Go online, check about HTML, learn more. It's just to broaden your knowledge about HTML. You don't have to limit yourself to this class alone. Because honestly, I can't tell you I'll teach you everything. It's not possible. Although I know that most people won't tell you, but it's just to be honest with each other. I won't teach you everything. I won't bring everything to the manual. Do you get? And more oftentimes, because I've been to some tutorials and everything. Oftentimes, some people do it in a way that what they understand, that's what they will put in the manual. So the whole what is actually giving them issues. Do you get? Oftentimes people do like that, but I won't do that. If I don't even understand it very well, the next thing for me to go and do is what? Sit down with it, understand it very well, so I can actually teach you guys. Yeah, that's actually the best way, and that's how I've been able to grow. When I started, I would say there are some things I don't know in React. Then, and now I'm a tutor. I don't really know them very well, but I use them. When I say I don't really, there are some things that you don't really know, but you use head knowledge for them. You can easily cram it and then it works. Fine, it's working. But to explain it to somebody you don't know because you don't really understand it very well. So the next thing for me is that I have to sit down with it, learn, unlearn, relearn, so that I can know, okay, how does this thing work? Remove some things there, add some things, see what breaks, see what doesn't break. Because I know that if I get to class, one student can go and remove one thing. And if I don't know how to fix it, they will tell me, I know a tutor, I should know how to fix it. You get? So that's actually one thing that actually helps me to learn more. So you want to broaden your knowledge. Just check things out. Oh, how do I solve this problem? How do I solve this problem? Oh, we are learning HTML now. Okay, projects about HTML, projects in HTML. Do you get? Just go online and search for projects in HTML, and then you will be surprised that you see some projects in HTML that you can actually do for yourself. Do you get? So please don't limit your knowledge to this class alone. I'm not saying that this class is not giving you everything you need, but to broaden your knowledge about this thing, don't limit yourself to this class alone. You have to learn more too as well, and also practice, because practice makes perfect. If you don't practice it, you might not really understand it. Do you get? So this is where we are going to be stopping the class for today. So next week, that's going to be next week Wednesday. We are going to be moving to CSS, and then we are going to incorporate some HTML to it as well. That's going to be advanced HTML though. It's not advanced. It's still the HTML we do today, but just that we are going to be styling the HTML we've done. That's why I said advanced. So we are going to be moving to CSS. That's going to be on Wednesday, next week Wednesday. So I hope to see you guys in class. Please mark your calendars that the class is going to be 7 p.m. on Wednesday, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, so that we can all be on the same page and then work with this thing very well. So I hope you guys have a great weekend and then enjoy the rest of your night.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
See you by Wednesday.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Have a nice weekend, bro.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so see you guys you will see me on the group because of the assignment.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. David. Enjoy the class.